Welcome to Delta Green, Impossible Landscapes, brought to you by Black Project Gaming. Get read in at blackprojectgaming.com. I'm Vince, your host and handler for this campaign. Joining me are Brett as DEA Special Agent Michael Witwer, also known as Agent Vega, Cami as FBI Special Agent Geneva Brown, also known as Agent Venus, Doug as FBI Special Agent Mark Hansom, also known as Agent Meshach, and Jack as FBI Special Agent Cassandra Troy, also known as Agent Madison. Impossible Landscapes is a campaign of wonder, horror, and conspiracy, written by Dennis Detwiller for Delta Green, the role-playing game. For more information on Delta Green, please visit delta-green.com. This podcast is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. So, in our last session, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty much the main event that happened was after kind of trying to figure out a way ahead after determining that you all were now wanted by law enforcement to some degree. There's a little bit of debate as to what steps you would take next. There was some discussion about potentially going to Dorchester House, but eventually the group decided to investigate Dr. Barbas further, specifically by going to his residence and searching it, which you did. The entire group, consisting of Agent Vega, Agent Venus, Agent Madison, and Agent Meshach, went to the home of the compromised Dr. Barbas to search it in hopes of finding more information that could hopefully shed some light on their situation. And upon gaining access to the home, the first thing you were presented with was this elaborate clockwork diorama of the world around you specifically. There were little figurines representing each of you and kind of telling your story up to that point, and even further going so far as to show you all being pursued by men in these green gas masks wielding shotguns through the streets until you arrive at the Hotel Broadalbin. Also in the living room was this giant mechanical monstrosity that I believe Brett, as Michael Witwer, Agent Vega, found a Ars Goetia that had been printed out by Agent Barbas and annotated. And the rest of you kind of just explored the house, seeing what else you could find.
And that's where the episode ended.
Right, yeah. No, it did not.
Nothing else happened at all.
Cassandra found a strange cell phone in the kitchen marked with some kind of occult symbol related to demonology, and determined that... No, you did find the cell phone, right, Cassie?
I found the cell phone, and I determined, because of my background, my studies in the occult, that it was attributed to a demon called Sitri, yes.
Sitri, okay. Right. And then even further going upstairs, you found another mechanical device, something that appeared to be used to write or inscribe, and you found invitations similar to those that you all had received, sparking this whole debacle, this whole situation that you currently found yourselves in. And
I also found a box filled with red books.
A box filled with red books, as well as names, addresses, and personal information on everyone, to include your previous cell members, Jenny and Ira, as well as Geneva and Michael. And it was with that you determined that Sitri potentially referred to Ophelia Sitri, Michael Witwer's fiance, and in a putting two and two together, you decided to say the name Sitri, which prompted Mr. Witwer to semi-fugue out and offer to make contact with that individual, sparking the confrontation between you, him, Geneva, and with Mark caught in the middle. And shots were fired, fisticuffs broke out, and In a uncharacteristically fast response, the police arrived and promptly took you all into custody. Were there any questions before we picked up from there? Awesome.
I don't think so. Did we get to the point where we were actually like handcuffed?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, the officers broke down the door, weapons out, ordered everyone to put their hands up, drop their weapons, and you were promptly taken into custody. And as of now, it is night, and you all are being perp walked out of the residence to, I believe I said at the end of the last session, to patrol vehicles, and there are patrol vehicles waiting for you. But on the other side of this line of vehicles with the lights going, a couple of other officers waiting outside, setting up a perimeter to make sure that you didn't jump out the back and try to escape from the scene. What you do notice is there's a van waiting for you. You're stripped of your possessions, and you're loaded into this white van marked Boston Police Department with no windows. And you all are seated in the back. The back is secured, and very quickly the vehicle takes off.
While we're riding, and as I'm seated, do I feel the weight of a book on me?
You do.
Got it. Right.
Yep.
Is it within reach, or is it where is it at?
So your hands are handcuffed behind your back.
Okay.
So you would be able to. I may actually ask you to make like a dexterity roll, because it's in like your back left pocket, and you might be able to kind of fish it and work it out with your fingers if you'd like.
I'll wait for now.
Okay.
Yeah, because even if you were to get it out, you'd just be holding it behind your back.
Yeah.
As the night goes on, you drive. And you drive. Does anyone say anything? Is there any discussion that goes on during this time?
Is it just us back there, or is there a guard with us?
Just the four of you.
Could the people who are driving, like the way the van is set up, would they be able to potentially hear us if we talked?
No, funnily enough. It's almost like a cargo van type deal. There isn't really a screen or like an opening through which they can monitor you from the front. It's kind of just solid metal, like a solid metal divider.
And it doesn't have any police markings or anything on the side, right?
Yeah.
It's just...
There were Boston Police Department markings on the side.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I was like, oh, great, we're being driven out into the desert.
Yeah, well, it's still a possibility. I feel like you can put stickers on just about anything.
True.
And is it completely dark in this area? Like there's no light?
There is no light.
Okay.
Michael is completely quiet the whole time, staring at the floor. Seems quite defeated.
Yeah, how did he react, and has he even processed that when Cassie said that name, Citri, it immediately connected you to your fiance?
I think he still thinks it's something that Cassandra's doing to him, I think. But he's also he's not as sure of that as he was before. And so he's probably chewing over that quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
What the fuck would you think? That's such a crazy thing. So
yeah, it really fucking is.
Yeah, it's super wild. And he has this certainty and knowledge in his head. So I think he's kind of questioning it, kind of thinking that Cassandra may have done it to him, but the certainty is real. And so he's really starting to question that and wonder if his relationship is real or not.
Michael, I'm sorry.
He doesn't look up or regard you at all.
Yeah, Cassandra just has her head down, hair falling across her face. Can't really see anybody because it is pitch black in the van, but she waits for a moment, not necessarily expecting a response from Michael, but just letting it hang in the air just so that hopefully he knows that she's being genuine.
Yeah, you won't get a response. He's just staring at the floor.
What do What do Geneva and Mark do during this time?
I was going to say, I don't know if this is possible. It might be an extremely low chance, but I think Geneva is trying to keep track of how long they're driving in specific directions when they take turns, trying to see if just how long she's been in the city, where she knows, not where everything is, obviously, but like specific things like the hospital or stuff like that, to see if she can attempt to predict where this van is taking them.
Nice. Okay. I like that. Go ahead and roll alertness.
Ooh, okay. Oh, success.
Beautiful. Yeah, 65 out of 77. You definitely try to keep track of the turns. A left and then a right, a stop, continuing straight, another right, another left. And part of you wonders if they're intentionally taking these turns so that way you don't know where you're going. Because you're driving for what seems to be, it has to be an unusually long time. It's hard to make anything out. You hear the sounds of the tires on pavement. You don't hear gravel. You don't hear dirt. It's not like they're taking you out into the middle of nowhere. You hear the sounds of passing traffic. But eventually it's hard to even remember how many turns you've taken because 1 hour turns into 2, turns into 3.
Gotcha.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
There's a book in my back pocket right now.
Why don't you just give it a rest, Kathy?
Give what a rest?
The book.
I would love to give it a rest if it would give me a rest. They took this book from me already, and I'm sitting on it right now. So again, I would love nothing more than to take a rest from all of this.
Would
it's
you?
Not possible.
Would you really love to give it a rest?
She is glowing, Mark. Just bright gold.
Listen, Cass. I see the way you look at that book. It's drawing you in.
I'm already in. We're all already in. This is...
You don't have to run towards it, Cassie. There's only one way that story ends.
It's not what Ira said. He said the way out is through.
Well, wherever they're taking us, I have a feeling we're not going to like it.
The hours stretch. And without being able to look at your watches or refer to your phones, time loses meaning. But eventually, the vehicle comes to a stop. And with that alertness roll, Geneva, you think you may be parked somewhere near a highway, and you can hear someone talking maybe on a phone, but what they're saying can't be made out. The van continues moving until it stops a final time. Those doors open, and you are almost immediately blinded by sunlight. It's clearly morning, and you all are quickly hustled out of the back of this van at what looks to be an isolated standalone police building, plainly marked State Police. It is an overgrown area that almost looks like an industrial park. Does someone want to roll search and someone else want to roll alertness?
I think my search is 73, so I don't know if anyone else has a higher one.
I have a pretty high.
Mine.
Yeah, I have a pretty high one, but I really don't think he's doing that.
I'm going to go for it. And if somebody else wants to take the alertness roll.
Yeah, I'll roll alertness.
Very good. So Cassie with a 34 out of 73 and Mark with an 8 out of 70 search and alertness respectively. As you all are walked to the front of this building, Cassie, you notice strangely that the paint where it says State Police is still fresh. And you, Mark, looking at these officers walking you into this building, it looks like they're wearing almost high-quality replica uniforms that lack any other identification beyond generic patches that say State Police.
Like, they don't even have name badges on?
No.
Oh, hell.
Is it possible to whisper to the others without the quote-unquote cops noticing, or?
It'd probably be pretty tough because they've got you all kind of bunched together, and there's now 3 of them, and they'd probably hear.
Okay.
Can I roll to see if Geneva notices this stuff too?
Absolutely, go for it.
Cool.
I just kind of fire a glance over at Mark, and my eyes sort of dart from the van back to him and then back again.
Yeah, 81 out of 77, unfortunately. Geneva, you don't pick up on it. And as you enter the building, the 3rd officer holding open the door for you and the other officers kind of marching you through, you notice that there are boxes from furniture and home supply stores kind of broken down and piled in the front room. You're moved through this main area with a handful of police officers kind of waiting around. Somebody roll human.
Sure, I can. Oh, even better.
Yep. Mark with an 83 out of 84. Very nice. These cops are very clearly trying not to stare at you. You all are brought back to a interrogation room. Your handcuffs are removed while you are watched by 2 officers with their hands on their pistols. Does anybody say anything while you're being uncuffed?
Not yet, but do they look like authentic guns?
Roll alertness. 3 out of 54. No, they look like props.
All right. And we're separated or together?
Together.
Then I will...
Wait a second, you're saying they don't even look like real guns?
Yeah, so I'll lean down, kind of keeping my head in the same position as it's usually been, sort of Samara from the Ring style. But I'll tilt it towards Mark, and just as quietly as I can, and I'll roll something if you want me to, but I do want to whisper to him, the guns aren't real. We can try and get out.
Mark, do you want to roll alertness? See if you notice it.
Yeah, sure. Oh, geez, an 86.
They look real to you.
Okay. Yeah, I just look at Cassie and kind of shake my head slowly.
I kind of love that. It's like just reinforcing her is crazy,
Yeah.
but she's not.
Right?
It's like, sure, Cassie.
Well, I called her Cassie. Cassandra.
Eventually, though, after the handcuffs are removed, you all are left in the room, and you can hear the sound of the deadbolt slam forward into the lock. And you were left alone, the 4 of you, in this room. A camera in the corner with a blinking red light. Which is odd. You think it's odd that all four of you were in the same room. That typically doesn't happen.
I was going to say, I know she failed the other roll, but now with this additional information, can I either roll or have her deduce that this doesn't seem to be legit in some way?
Absolutely, yeah. Roll alertness if you like.
Okay, come on, Geneva. Is that a critical success or a fumble?
That is a critical success. That is a 77.
Oh, hallelujah.
Yeah, so meets it, beats it, and because it's the same 2 digits, it's a critical success. So there's something odd about that camera. You can look further if you like.
Yeah, I have 0 computer science, so I don't think she would have any way to be like, I mean, is it real? Is it actually recording, or is it just a prop?
Well, you start to mess with it, and you notice that there's no wiring going into the wall or anything else, and it's actually quite flimsy, and you actually pull it off the wall itself. It appears that the adhesive or whatever it was that was keeping it attached to the wall hadn't even set completely yet. And you look, and there is a battery, but when you disconnect it, the red LED stops. It is not a functioning camera.
Is this at all like any kind of protocol for Delta Green grabbing one of their owns in her head, she's thinking this is potentially Delta Green, grabbing them, assuming that they're like vectors, and kind of just like quarantining them.
Roll in ×5.
Okay. Oh, dang, I did not give her high intelligence. No.
79 and 45. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell
Okay.
at this point. This is very odd. What do y'all
Y'all
do?
know these, and he puts up his hands, police are not, they ain't real police.
Now,
What are
do
you
believe me
talking
that
about?
They're not real guns.
Well, of course they've got real guns. They're gonna shoot us, dummy. But no, I mean that camera. Did y'all see the paint on the outside of the building? It looks like they just put it up.
Yeah.
Cardboard boxes in the entranceway.
I think Michael takes a look around for like the first time. And it's like, oh, shit. And starts to look genuinely nervous.
Yeah, I want to look for bugs in the room to see
Okay.
if the camera was, kind of an obvious one that's fake, but there could still be real listening devices somewhere else in here.
Roll search.
Okay.
Is the door set up? I know you mentioned a deadbolt. Is it possible to be unlocked from the inside? Like, does it have a keyhole, or is it just completely?
It's a completely bare knob. So if
Okay.
there is a method to unlock it, it would be on the outside. And
Got it.
with 99 out of 70, you frantically kind of search the room, checking the corners, checking underneath the singular metal desk that's in there under the chairs. You can't find anything. And even though rationally there probably isn't anything else in here, you keep almost obsessively looking. But eventually, as you're doing this, and as everybody's kind of coming to terms with where they are, you hear a loud voice on the other side of the door say, "Announcements!" And it begins to drone this litany of information. Parking assignments, who patrols what section of town. The voice rises and falls in a monotone, completely boring. It goes on for 5, 10, 15 minutes. And suddenly it is interrupted by shrieking. Pure, terrified, blood-curdling shrieking. There are hollow booms of gunfire, shouts, screams, even laughter at uneven intervals. But it is absolute carnage and chaos out there.
Cassandra immediately stands up and moves to the corner across from the door, so that like if the door swings open, she's at least hidden by the door, but can also maybe like surprise if any like attacker comes in.
What's everybody else doing?
Is there a window?
Nope.
And it's just the desk?
Yeah, just the desk of the door. And a
Are
couple
we
of
trying-
phones.
Oh yeah, are we still handcuffed?
Nope, no,
They
your
took them
handcuffs,
out. Okay.
your handcuffs were removed yet when you were brought in.
Okay. Perfect.
You should try. I don't know how. It might be a flimsy little IKEA desk, but I feel like we should try to barricade the door just in case.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do too. Mark will jump behind the desk and help you push it against the door.
Yeah,
Cool.
Cassandra will help too.
Everyone.
I think-
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think Michael has now, like, the scream definitely popped him right out of whatever fugue he was in, and he's helping the rest of them as well.
Did the shrieking? Does it sound like it's coming from multiple people?
Yes. Yep.
Does it sound like one of the person who was doing the announcements right outside the door? Does it sound like they're coming from that person too?
He was probably one of the first.
Okay.
But now it's just it is a cacophony, and hard to differentiate one from the other at this point. But you all do your best to barricade the door, and you're right, Geneva. It is absolutely just flimsy particle board, bullshit. Furniture that obviously was made by the lowest bidder. Again, just nothing about this is adding up. The shrieks and the gut and the booms and the this strange eerie laughing continue. Everyone roll sanity.
Oh man.
So good at this.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Ooh.
Yep.
Ugh. I'm loving these low numbers. All right, so Jesus Christ, Jack. With a 46 out of 22 for Cassandra, a 57 out of 54 for Geneva, and an 81 out of 44 for Michael, I need you three to roll 1d4. Mark with a 22 out of 65, you lose nothing.
Mark's been training for this his whole career.
Right?
He's been waiting to be thrown in the shit, man.
That's right. You're knee deep in it, bud. Geneva, you lose 2. Michael, you lose 1. Cassandra, you lose 1. So good. Okay. Eventually, everything goes quiet.
Not to interrupt, but does Cassandra smell gunpowder?
Yes.
Okay.
You smell gunpowder, and you smell that sickly, sweet, coppery, minerally stench of blood.
Okay. Because I was just remembering the weird gas mask shotgun people who were shooting out like ribbons or something like that.
Right. Yeah. It is now silent.
Not even like footfalls of whatever potentially came in here and attacked walking around, just completely silent.
Completely silent.
Geneva's going to wait for a minute or 5. So if anyone else wants to do anything, but she's going to wait before she tries the door.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Cassandra actually puts her ear against the door, not necessarily to listen to what's going on outside, but if she does hear something, she'll let the others know. But she'll start to knock on it to see if it's made of anything substantial or if it's made of like the same particle board sort of lightweight material as like the desk or the chairs.
It is metal.
Oh, okay.
And you hear a giggle on the other side.
Nope.
Fuck that.
Yep. Mark is flattening against the wall so that whoever like opens the door, he'll have a chance to maybe, if they rush through, to take their back. I don't know.
Geneva will stand right in front of the door then with the idea of distracting them, hoping that you can grab them if they come through.
Michael
Yeah.
will go to the other side of the door opposite of Mark. But he also seems like he's kind of starting to hyperventilate a little bit. Like he is having a real panic about this.
Yeah, Cassandra will stand next to, but like maybe a foot behind Geneva, and keeping an eye on the door, but also on Mark and Michael.
It was a child's giggle. And you hear that same childlike voice. It's difficult to determine gender, but you hear it humming this low song, and you see the doorknob move left and right, left and right.
Does it sound like the same kind of humming that I heard in the night floors?
Sure does.
When Cassandra realizes that, she begins to very slowly back away from Geneva and just keeps walking backwards until her back hits the wall, and she just stops and freezes.
Suddenly, there's a click, and the door very gently swings open just slightly.
Who's there?
No answer.
Michael is full on like rapid, shallow breathing, sweating. He probably looks like he's going to pass out.
Fuck me. Geneva is going to very slowly move toward it, and like her entire like demeanor and her body is tense. Like she is ready for an attack at any second and to potentially defend herself from God knows what. But she's going to try to open the door further to get a full view of what happened outside.
You open the door, and the first thing you notice is there are no footprints leading to the door. But every other surface is covered in blood and viscera. This police station has become an abattoir. There are intestines hanging off of desks. There are just chunks of flesh and bone scattered across the linoleum floor. And on the wall opposite the door of the interrogation room, someone has written in blood, "You have been invited. Come. Come." Everyone roll sanity.
Even if we don't see it?
Oh, you're going to see it one way or another.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, could I be like, close your eyes, kids?
You
Don't
could.
look.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
We can do like a daisy chain all holding hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so
Actually, I will say,
Great.
I was going to say, knowing Michael's state, she might have tried to warn them, but he already fumbled, and that's fun. So,
Yep, and it
Yeah.
does make sense. I've gotta ask, am I the person that's fumbled the most sanity rolls in this show? Because I feel like this is
Oh,
the
dang it.
fifth or sixth time.
God damn.
we all failed.
Holy shit. So
Cami, hey, I'm not alone.
High five.
Michael and Geneva, with a 66 and an 88 respectively, you both lose 6.
Oh, damn. Okay. Okay.
So unless you project,
Hell yeah.
okay, you will have to fight, flight, or freeze. You're going.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I super project.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever done that before. Can you explain it to me?
Sure can. Yep. So you roll 1d4.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. So Rut-row. And
Did we not do a good job?
well, let me get to you. So Cassie and Doug with a 97 and a 32, go ahead and roll 1d6.
Oh shit, that's a 5 for me.
Yep.
Ooh.
You lose 5, Mark. Cassie, you lose 2. Don't forget, you can project. Highly
All right.
recommend- highly
So
recommend
if
you do so.
4 is the threshold for temporary insanity, right?
5 is. Yeah.
5 is.
5 is. So anything under 5 and you're good.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and project.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay.
Okay, so that brings it down. So that means since it brought it down 3, that means I only take 2, right?
Right. So in this case, for those of you who rolled, Cami, you rolled 1, or Geneva, you rolled 1. Michael, you rolled 2. Mark, you rolled 3, and Cassie, you rolled 4, which is great. So this is what you do. So you reduce your willpower by that amount. So your willpower drops by that much. And then you reduce a bond's score by that same amount.
So is there like a cap or like a threshold for willpower? Like what happens if you get too low?
What is your willpower? Why are you asking?
Jack's asking for a friend.
No reason, just curious.
If you hit 0, you pass out, right?
Yeah, you're like catatonic, yeah.
Okay, so I'm still in the game.
By how much?
Yeah.
Well, so what's your willpower currently at?
4.
Okay, so an agent whose willpower hits 1 or 2 has an emotional breakdown.
Makes sense.
Wait, when did your willpower hit 1 or 2, Cassie?
No, it hasn't, but it just
No,
makes
I
sense.
mean that would explain a lot if it did.
Then no.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey, he'll be here all week, kids.
I like that.
So in that case, what we're seeing here, though, is so ultimately, Michael, your sanity loss was 4. Mark, yours was 2. Cassie, yours was you lost nothing after that. Unfortunately for you, Geneva, with just
Hell yeah.
1, you are at 5, which means you still go temporarily insane.
Heck yeah.
Now, a quick question: can I still project on Jenny or Ira?
No, they're dead.
Daggone it!
I have a question for you. I may have effed up last time. It says that my current breaking point is 32, but my maximum is 48. Is that wrong? Because 48 was like higher. My maximum breaking point was higher than my actual sanity points when we started.
You might have gained some temporarily.
Okay.
Let me double check your
But
character.
32 is the current. Like, if I go below 32 now, I'm in trouble.
Right.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, so Geneva, you've got to get the fuck out of there. You flee.
Oh, I don't even get a choice. I just flee.
Well, all right, I'll leave it up to you. Or do you want to roll? Want me to pick, or do you want to pick?
It's between fight, flight, or freeze.
Yep.
Is there anything in here for me to fight?
Nothing except
my friends.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I feel like fight is her nature, but
maybe in that case she freezes because there's nothing to fight.
Exactly. I think that makes
more
sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
That's very good. Because if Michael had seen Geneva run,
that's like when you see the bomb disposal guy run.
Yeah, exactly.
The old joke, yeah.
The coolest, toughest person you know just books it out of the room. Not a good look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she like walks through, and like the way her body had been, she was so tense. She was anticipating a fight, potentially one that would immediately kill her, but she could still like put up a fight. And when there's just nothing, it's like her brain fries and malfunctions, and she does not know what to do. And so she just stands there, still tense, and her eyes kind of checking the room and kind of darting around, being like, there's got to be something for me to shoot. I don't even have a gun, but there should be something for me to shoot. And she just can't really, her brain hasn't like comprehended everything, and it's still trying to catch up to the situation that is at hand.
Cassandra just almost macabre way casually walks past Geneva, not necessarily acknowledging her current state. Gets a bit of a look at the gore and the message, but also wants to look around and see if there's any real weapons or if there's any other items of interest.
Well, the first thing you notice, I'll have that roll search for me real quick.
Okay.
But as you step out of the interrogation room, and with Geneva being completely frozen at this point, I will say you see the message, you have been invited, and immediately beneath it in a blood-soaked cardboard box, which in blood has been written, props are your belongings.
Oh shit, from the fucking institute?
No, just for the rest of the group. From whatever was on your person that was taken off you when you left Barbas's residence.
Yeah, I'll pull the box open and just give like this wordless look back to Mark and the others. And I'll pull out, is the phone that I had with Citria's symbol on it in there?
It is.
All right, I'll pull that out and pocket it. And then, Mark, what did you have on you?
Not much. I mean, what did we have on us? Did we have our cell phones still?
I don't believe so.
You and I don't think you and I did.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe Mark, you. I don't know. I don't remember. I know Geneva and Michael had them, right?
Geneva and Michael did, but yeah.
Yeah, you guys did not.
Yeah, we didn't hardly have anything, but Mark's going to reach over to the box and pick up Geneva and Michael's guns.
Those are in there, as well as the Ars Goetia printout that you had gotten from Barbas's house, Michael.
Mark walks over to Michael and you feeling all right?
I'm scared out of my fucking mind. So
Well, maybe.
No, not really.
Maybe this will make you feel better. And he holds the Michael's gun out to him.
Michael seems almost like a little reluctant to touch it. Like he reaches his hand out, stops, takes a deep breath, reaches out and takes it. Thank you.
Mark is going to walk over to Geneva, and you are whiter than a sheet. What's No, all right, that's fair. This is a lot to take in. Geneva?
Can I respond, or am I like shut down for a certain amount of time?
Roll Sandy. Let's see if you can snap out of it.
Okay. Damn. Nope.
Yeah, 69 out of 47. You are just, your breath is short and ragged. Your eyes are wide. Your pupils are dilated. Mark, you can see the perspiration beading on her forehead. And she is clearly just locked in this fight or flight mode where her body is just so overridden with stimuli that it just cannot make a decision. And she is catatonic. Cassie, with that 69 out of 40, with that 43 out of 73 search roll, the one thing you definitely notice is that there are no bodies or body parts. It's all just viscera, which is strange.
Yeah. As the others are kind of reconvening, Cassandra will start to look around, and she'll take one of the strings of intestines in her hands. Does it feel real? Like,
oh yeah, no, that shit's real.
Okay, when she realizes that, she'll kind of freak out just a tiny bit and throw it back. Not sure if it was latex or something. Just kind of wipe her hand on her jeans. And then,
and I will also say, Doug, your postcard, the postcard that you got from the front of Barbas's residence is in there as well.
Okay, yeah, I'll pick that up and put it in my pocket. I'm gonna leave the Ars Goetia where it was.
Yep.
Do the rest of us see the intestine?
Oh yeah, no, you all. The place is absolutely covered. That's what was strange. There were no footprints in blood leading to the interrogation room. Like no boot prints, no footprints, no nothing. It's bare. But then out in the rest of the police station proper, the entire floor is covered in congealing blood.
Question.
Oh, go ahead.
Just with my medical experience, would I know whether or not these are human bones and intestines and guts and viscera, or if they're possibly animal?
Roll medical. All right, shit, what's the stat?
Forensics?
Yeah, roll forensics.
And so I would say the intestine then is not different enough from the rest of the stuff that we've seen to warrant another sanity roll?
No, just that first sanity roll when you kind of beheld the carnage, all at once. That was that initial sanity roll. Let me pull up a damn character sheet. I can't believe I'm brain farting on this. So what'd you roll there, Cassie? You rolled a 73 out of 70. Ooh, yeah, hard to tell.
Dang. All right. Well, turn to the others. This is just set dressing.
What does that mean?
There's no bodies here. It's just someone just threw all this here. It's some sort of theatrical sick joke. But
well, they got it from somewhere.
But that's the point. Look at the ground. See how the only footprints are ours.
He looks a little green.
Whatever is doing this to us is getting us ready for the next act. Take out the book, the playbook. Just quickly flip through it. Does it look like, when I'm going through it, is there any scene that's described in this way? Dressed in this way?
There is not.
Okay.
Yeah, so funnily enough, even that original scene, just flipping through it, even that original scene that you first read that heralded M Cell's arrival in the McAllister building all those years ago is not in there.
Interesting. We should go.
Is there anything like car keys on the wall or something like that? Or, like a desk where they would check car keys out of?
Roll search for me.
All right. That's a 20 out of 76.
20 out of 76. Love it. Under what appears to be a stomach, probably a stomach, perforated with bile and blood leaking from its interior. You find a set of keys. Hard to tell a make and model, but with it covered in gore. But you do find a pair of keys, the set of keys.
I will pick them up. Do my best to clean them off. There's not like anybody's pants or anything here that like a dead body that I can wipe it off of.
Yeah. There's no people. There's no corpses. There's not even like shreds of clothing. It's just viscera and blood.
Geneva, you ready to join us? Been awful quiet back there.
Does anybody have any psychotherapy?
I have a little bit.
You can try to get through to her if you want.
Yeah, I'll go up to her and just look her in the eyes and take her head in my hands and not do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you probably can't even make eye contact with her. Like, she's still so on edge and like convinced that, or maybe not even convinced, just like her body is still ready to fight and her brain is telling her no, and so she's just stuck.
Yeah, I don't know if Cassie would have ever in her life, either before or after law enforcement, ever come across like a cornered, abused animal. Just sheer panic is all you really see.
Yeah, and I'll say too that her taking her face into her hands and trying to center her isn't so much, with that role at least, isn't so much her trying to be compassionate as much as she's just, from almost a scientific perspective, trying to observe and understand Geneva's reaction to all of this.
Echoes of Lover in the Ice. I love it. So yeah, I would say, Mark, you actually find some maybe some paper towels in like a little kitchenette area that seems to have been spared the worst of the carnage, and you wipe off the keys. It looks like they're for a Ford, which isn't saying much, right? Because most police vehicles are Ford, so it could be for anything. You don't really know what's outside yet.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna say, look, I'm gonna go outside and see if I can find the car, and y'all do what you can for Geneva. We're gonna have to roll pretty soon.
Michael, can you help me get her out there?
Yeah. He'll walk over to Geneva and kind of take her by the arm with one arm and sort of like put a hand on her shoulder as well.
Yeah, I don't think she fights it if you guys try to move her or anything.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, Mark will go outside and look for the car to which these keys belong.
So everyone but Geneva, roll alertness for me. Hey.
Sorry, I forgot to hit the submit.
No, you're good. Beautiful. So
I
Cassie
do that all the time.
with a 22 at a 54. Perfect. Mark with a 39 at a 70. And Michael with a 23 at a 82. We'll say Mark, being the first one out, you look to your left as you head outside, and it's got to be early afternoon right now. You look to the left and you see paint cans.
See what?
Paint cans hidden behind a bush.
All right. I mean, I'll walk over and check them out but my supposition is these are the paint cans that were used to make this look like a police building.
Your supposition is correct.
Okay.
The paint matches.
All right. Well, I'll put the lid back on and look for a car.
What other buildings are around here, if any?
Abandoned. This is like an abandoned industrial park.
Okay.
And I will say, Mark, you notice that that van that you all were loaded into, a Ford Econoline, is still in the parking lot. And were you to try the keys, you would find that they would work for that vehicle.
Yeah, Mark goes and tries the keys, sees that it's they open the door, and I'll turn to the front door of the building and wave people over.
Cassie and Michael, as you're helping Geneva out to the vehicle, you look, and down the road a ways, you see a strange figure, maybe a quarter of a mile down the road, wearing this green gas mask.
Oh, I hate that.
We have to go.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll help Michael start to rush Geneva back over to the van.
And Geneva, I will allow you to make another sanity roll to see if you can snap out of it.
Okay. Come on. There it is.
26 out of 47. Yeah. As soon as you kind of get out of the building and you are no longer breathing in that oppressive, coppery, metallic stench of drying blood, and you breathe in that fresh air, it's almost like it helps you come back to your senses. You know, the threat is gone. You're out of that environment. You're putting it behind you. You're now going to a vehicle to put even more distance between you and that slaughterhouse. And you feel your senses begin to return. You become cognizant of the sweat on your palms, the cold feeling as the shock begins to subside. And you are now under your own willpower again.
Yeah, there's probably a minute where they were just kind of moving her without much problem, but then there's a moment where she kind of takes a breath and almost, not like jerks, but starts a little bit, like she's almost like she woke up, and her body tenses and she fights against them just like instinctually. And she realizes that she's like kind of back in control of herself and what's going on, and then she'll kind of step away from their hold to indicate that she's okay. But she is going to look around very quickly and ask if anyone saw her gun.
Michael would immediately let you go. We're like right away.
Yeah.
I need to get my gun.
Yeah, I got it.
She holds out her hand for it.
Mark will hand it over.
Thank you. She'll go ahead and put it back in its holster and head off with you guys.
I'm guessing Mark is driving.
Yeah.
Yes, Mark hops in the front seat and fires it up.
Where do y'all go?
I have literally no idea.
The world is your oyster.
That is quite clearly not correct. We're not allowed to go so many places.
It's probably even worse now because it's day 3 of the manhunt.
But also, like, when we get hunted, they just put us in a weird room full of guts and then let us go again.
Yeah.
Sounds like some sick game.
Geneva will ask if anyone... does anyone know what that message meant? Where we're supposed to go, where it's inviting us to?
Oh,
No,
you would,
bad.
Cassie. Actually, I think both you and Mark would. The verbiage is similar to the invitation you received when you first regained consciousness in that house.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they want us to go back.
Back where?
The night floors, I guess. I mean,
Well,
There's a birthday party we have to get to.
There's a what?
yeah, I'll show you the invitation again.
yeah. I mean, one of us has the invitation, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I thought isn't it Mark who has it?
Might be.
Oh wait,
Well,
or was
Mark
it?
has the postcard. I think Cassie does.
Yeah.
I don't know if she does have this though. I mean, I see it now, and we'll just say that she does. But
Yeah.
I know she had the list in the invitation, but not this one.
So yeah, this was the invitation that was in the mouth of the Clockwork Child that was at the door when you first regained consciousness.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
she would have had it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's specifically for the Hotel Broadalbin.
We have to go to... So, scratch my remark about the birthday. I was thinking of the wrong invitation. The Hotel Broadalbin. We've got to go there.
The hotel that doesn't exist.
That's the one.
Right.
How do we go to a hotel that doesn't exist?
Well, there used to be a building in New York that I think would take you there. It burned down several years ago. The only other place I know of that goes there is back at the Dorchester house.
I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, neither do I.
Geneva and Michael, roll sanity checks for me real quick. This isn't for sanity losses, just to see if you remember something. Ooh,
I am sharp. I am on it right now.
we're on it. 1 out of 47 and 15 out of 39. You remember going to Barbas's house. You can't remember when, but you remember going. And you remember seeing him there. And you remember men in scrubs collapsing down around you, pushing syringes into your necks and sedating you before dragging you out. That was why it felt so familiar when you returned there. And that is likely where you were taken.
Oh, I hate it.
Just a little filling in the gaps for y'all.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
at this point, Michael will just go. I mean, I was going to ask why don't we run, but...
I think you know what running's going to get us. Another room like this.
Yeah. I just thought... running towards it doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well, what was that again, Cassie? The only way out is through.
That's what the invite says.
It was true once.
I think it's still true.
I don't know what to believe.
Then we go back to Dorchester House.
You think the way to get to Broadalbin is through Dorchester, the place that had previously drugged you?
Did worse than that.
I mean, it's like a different world, and I think once we get to that other world, we can go places in it. I mean, I read some things a long time ago about this, about doors and you know, being able to go places that you couldn't go normally. It's all connected to this.
I don't know. From what you've told us, it sounded like you were there, they put you there in this other world, and you lost 2 of your friends, your teammates, in the fight to escape from it. I don't know what returning back to that place would do if you already tried to... If out is through and you've already gone through, you're saying we have to go back in?
We weren't invited in the first time. Not the way that I think that they wanted us to be.
Mark.
We got it.
Oh, sorry. Mark and Cassie, roll in ×5 for me. 11 out of 90 for Mark, 32 out of 85 for Cassie. Cassie, you look down at you think of something and you pull out that invitation written on that stationery from the Hotel Broadalbin. And written in that Art Deco font, immediately beneath the name of the hotel, is New York City. And Mark, you remember from all those years ago the map that said something about the basement and an X marking JL bottle was also written on stationery just like the one in Cassie's hand. Hotel Broadalbin, New York City.
Wait, this... Maybe you're right. Maybe I've just been thinking about this wrong the whole time. You see that she starts to flip over the invitation and gets a little bit flustered, showing it to the rest of the party. Fucking New York. It's not Boston. It's fucking New York. It's the night floors all over again.
I'm sorry, that doesn't mean anything to me.
New York is where this started.
Another job you had?
Abigail Wright. She was a missing person. She lived at this apartment complex 20 years ago. We went there on the orders of our particular agency. And when we got there, she was gone. Her apartment was filled with these bizarre installations, weird art projects, and there was a neighbor who had been wiretapping her and found strange pieces of dialogue from a play that he was writing. The food there didn't expire. It was all fresh. And Jenny, she went up past the fourth floor up to the night floors. And that's where we were. We saw the bottles. That's where we saw you. And Cassandra looks at Michael with this sort of wide-eyed expression, realizing that he was the person strapped into that gurney. We saw you there in the gurney, in the hole in that void. That humming, the dancing, the man with the burnt wrist, who I'm pretty sure was... Mark, do you think it's in that building? Do you think we just missed something? I mean, Ira... didn't he start the fire in the basement?
What building was this?
It was an apartment complex. It was
I'm gonna get out.
Can't remember the name.
Yeah, I'm getting out my phone.
It's called the... Sorry. I thought I was talking, but I was muted. It's called the McAllister Building, but Cassie, we burnt that place down.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
To see. A, read about the fire, and B, if anything, maybe it's been rebuilt, something has been built there in its place in all the years since then.
Are you're using your cell phone?
Yes.
Roll luck for me.
Okay. That's just a... Oh, there is a luck roll.
Straight
Okay.
D1. Yep, straight D100.
Come on. Yeah.
All right, 16 out of 50. You do a quick Google search, and you see you are linked to a slew of news stories from the from 1995, stating that there had been a boiler explosion and that it destroyed the McAllister building and completely leveled it. And strangely enough, nobody died in the explosion, as all the residents have been forcibly removed from their apartments by masked assailants, although there were speculation that the residents of the McAllister building had been under the influence of some kind of mass hysteria, because they all seemed to be psychologically unsound. But regardless, the McAllister building was completely destroyed. Some injuries, especially in the nearby buildings, but it doesn't appear that anything has been built in its place.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Well, I mean, there wasn't supposed to be any floors after the fourth, but there were, so I think we could at least start there, and if nothing pans out, we just keep looking.
And if not, I mean, we could look for other buildings that Bondi was involved in. He was the architect. He was around at the time of the Broadalbin.
Do we drive
Alright.
there?
Yeah. I think we should. It's too risky to try to fly. It's what? It's like a 5-hour drive? How far is it?
About let me check. About 4 hours.
Bastard
Okay,
in
yeah.
New York City.
That's right. Mark, are you driving?
Yep, Mark's driving.
Roll alertness for me.
Oh my. Oh, we
52
didn't
out of
crash.
70. Yeah, 52 out of 70. Beautiful. As you're driving, all of a sudden, you see movement from the corner of your eye, and you slam on your brakes. You see a man wearing an old gas mask and carrying a shotgun run past you, run past the car, illuminated briefly by the headlights, pursued by police. With that alertness roll, you notice that these cops are not wearing normal uniforms. These appear to be uniforms from the 1950s. They rush past and are gone in the darkness, which is strange because you're in the middle of the fucking highway.
Wait, did y'all see that?
Did we?
Cassie would have, definitely.
When Mark asks that, he looks over at Cassandra and would just see her staring out of the windshield, her head pointed in the direction they ran, but obviously not seeing anything, but just staring.
Are they gone?
I think so.
Do you look?
Yeah, I want to look even more.
Yeah, Mark's gonna look. Mark's looking for him.
Do you get out of the van? Because your vision will be limited to just what's immediately in front of you, and they ran from left to right.
I mean, if we're on the highway, like, are there other cars? Like, how busy is it right now?
It's pretty busy, and they seem to be like kind of dodging in and out of traffic, and there are the honks of horns behind you as you come to a stop.
Yeah. Do you mind if I do like a sand roll, not to lose or gain, but just to see if I'm
both you and Mark. Both you and
out.
Mark need to roll sanity.
Oh, what?
Do you mind if I do a sand roll? Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't want to lose points. I just wanted to see if I'd be crazy enough to actually get out of the car
This will serve two purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys decide to get out of the car, there is something that Michael is gonna do.
So Mark with an 87 out of 63 and Cassie with a 65 out of 21. You both lose 1. And Cassie, you're just crazy enough to get the fuck out of the van in the middle of traffic.
Yeah, before that, I pull the keys out of the ignition, though, and just quickly open the door and rush out and start to chase after them.
Right, now Mark's chasing after Cassie.
Geneva, just sitting there.
Yeah, I think Michael's going to be like, what are you doing?
What the fuck?
There were some guys here on the road.
Why does chasing them seem like a good idea?
And I got my description all wrong. So because it is still afternoon, it's not dark out.
Oh, okay.
So I apologize. You look up and you see this man in, this old gas mask carrying a shotgun run from left to right, dodging through traffic, pursued by these cops wearing these strange old-timey uniforms, like straight out of the 1950s, just in a matter of seconds, left to right in front of your van and disappear.
So we're in traffic with a van that is turned off in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Now the honks are starting to just pile up.
Ridiculous.
Geneva just yells, "Get the fuck back in the van!" and down the road. Oh my god.
Cassie.
Yeah, just in hot pursuit right now.
Any chance you could hotwire this thing?
They're
Michael?
gone, Cassie. You can't see them.
Yeah, as soon as I realize that they're no longer in sight, she just stands on, I guess, maybe the side of the highway, unless it's, we'll just say the side of the highway, just so she doesn't get run over. Just looking out into the distance, sort of like knowing that they're gone, but also hoping that they just reappear.
They do not.
Mark runs up to Cassie and grabs her hand and tries to drag her back. Come on, we gotta get back in the car.
Yeah, she'll keep her eye still at the position, but let him drag her body back.
Roll sanity, Cassie. Or no, I'm sorry. Roll luck. Roll luck, Cassie.
Oh.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, you get dragged back to the vehicle, and there are no sign of these cops, of this man in the gas mask with the shotgun. It's like they were never there.
I hand the keys back to Mike. To Mark. Sorry, not Mike. I hand the keys back to Mark.
All right. What the
Let's
heck?
go before we need to go before
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
calls
okay.
the cops on us.
Get us
But
started.
also, what is the matter with you? He says without laughing, kind of, because I think it's hilarious, but he's mad.
Well, I mean, what do you mean?
Why?
Look,
I'm not talking to you, Mark. Why did you get out of the vehicle?
Men, shotguns, gas masks. They were being chased by officers, but the officers were dressed in costume, like 1950s police uniforms.
So you run away from that. Why does getting out of the vehicle seem like the better thing to do? And he kind of looks from Cassandra to Mark to Geneva with like his hands are like up by his head. Like, I don't.
Well, okay. So those cops back there, I mean, obviously, if they had wanted to kill us, they could have. I think something else going on here. And getting a hold of one of them and asking them what the heck's going on here might not be a bad idea.
You think unarmed, running out of a vehicle, unarmed, at a group of armed men, you're going to get one of them?
Well, last time they weren't armed. They looked like they were armed.
all of that aside, we need to focus on not drawing attention to ourselves, and we just drew a whole fuck ton of attention to ourselves. So in the future, maybe we have a quick chat before we jump out of a car, take the keys, and run after someone. Can we at least agree to that?
Mark looks at Cassie with kind of pleading eyes.
She looks back and her heart breaks a little bit. She can't say no to that expression, that hangdog expression. And she looks back at the others. Yeah, I'll try to show more restraint.
Wonderful. Thank you.
At least leave the keys next time so we can drive away. And then Michael sits back in a huff. Stares out the window.
Look, nobody's driving away without anybody else here, Michael. I think our fate's tied together. Like it or not.
Well, I don't like it.
Yeah, I understand.
He's got the demeanor of it's kind of like having like a little bit of a toddler temper tantrum, but like one of those ones where they're just mad because they're scared.
Yeah. Arms crossed, just.
Exactly. Trying to look angry so he doesn't look terrified. But in fact, he looks both.
Let's go, Mark.
Yep, Mark. Drive off. Heading to New York City.
All right. Yeah, you got a 4-hour drive ahead of you, so. Do you all talk in the meantime? Do you stop anywhere? What's the route look like? I mean, you all stop for gas at some point.
Yeah. Get some little munchies.
Play a game of like I Spy on the way.
Read off funny license plates.
Yeah, the license plate game.
I Spy an Eldritch Horror.
Something that begins.
Look, that's from Utah.
I would like to think that at one point, like a song comes on the radio that all of them like, and they do that thing where they all start singing really quietly, and then by the end of it, they're all like belting it out. They have a moment, they bond.
Yeah, we gained some sanity back with that. Yeah, right?
We're good.
Yeah, that song definitely lifts our spirits.
Yeah, it was Bohemian Rhapsody. It always does that for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bohemian Rhapsody. Exactly.
Vince is like, God damn
We found the loophole.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so Cassandra will spend some time reading the play in the passenger seat. But at some point, she'll pull out the phone. Is the power on the phone?
No, it is dead.
Okay. Michael, I know you don't want to talk about it.
Actually, is this the first time you would have had the opportunity to read the play in completion?
Yeah, I mean, in completion, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So it takes about an hour to study. So increase any one art skill by 5%.
Ooh. I have none, so that'll be fun.
All of a
Add-
sudden, Cassandra can draw.
Right. Add 5% to your unnatural. And roll 1d4.
4.
Unless you project, you lose 6 sanity.
It was going so well until then. I thought you were gonna get a bonus to something.
Oh no.
So I'm going to project. And I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to project.
All right, roll 1d4.
4.
How much
Nice.
willpower did you have left?
4.
Oh no.
So subtract 4 from one of your bonds.
Done.
And let's see what happens when you hit 0 willpower.
I'm there right now.
Yeah.
So, in my head, I'm picturing it as Cassandra turning around and going, "Listen, Michael, I know you don't want to talk about it," and then just like ragdolling, and being like,
Oh
What?
my fucking god.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that she wouldn't even mention it if she's not conscious.
That would somehow be more horrifying.
Yeah. She's kind of
He's
like,
like, "Don't want to talk about
glitches.
what?"
Yeah, you you finish reading it, and as your mind struggles to process what you just read, you are catatonic.
yeah. She'll just have the book open in her lap at the last page, hair just tousled across her face, but she's just staring blankly out the windshield, just watching the traffic go by and not saying a word.
We're like, that's normal.
Oh, yeah, 0 willpower is a full collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Mark seeing Cassie zonked out like this and not feeling. So we started like afternoon.
Yeah. So yeah,
Ivan?
you did. Yep. So I'd say at this point you're probably looking at probably about an hour or two into the drive. So maybe 4 or 5 o'clock.
Look. I'm with Cassie here. I need to get some rest.
Sure, I can drive.
All right. I mean, do you think we should stop? Maybe even before we get to New York City?
I don't know. I feel like taking any longer to do this. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'd rather. I'll drive for now. Anyone who needs to sleep, and at least get a few hours before we get there, and at least figure out our next steps. And if we need to find some cheap place to stay while we're there, we can do that then.
Well,
Cassie, how about you?
Sorry, I would just say, so because you've only got maybe 2 or 3 hours left in the drive, it would not be enough to regain any willpower.
Pardon?
Yeah.
You would need a full night's rest.
Yeah, I try to shake Cat. Guys, I think there's something wrong. She's not waking up.
Her eyes are open.
Oh, Oh.
I would say honestly, like at this point, like you just pass out, Cassie. Like
okay.
you can't even control it. Like all those sleepless nights, all those stimulants, everything, like your body has finally just shut down in a desperate attempt to try to process everything it has been through, both physically, mentally, emotionally. And it's like somebody hits the off switch and you were just gone.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, that's how I see willpower working. Because I mean, it's something that you can regain all of it if you just get a night's sleep, right?
Sure. Yep. Absolutely.
At
At least
least 1 point per night sleep.
Yeah, well, so
What?
yeah, so when your agent gets a full night's sleep, but no more than once in a 24-hour period, he or she regains 1d6 willpower.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
If you-
okay.
If you play up a personal motivation in a way I find compelling, you can regain 1 willpower.
Oh, okay.
Was the Bohemian Rhapsody not compelling?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Mamma mia, Figaro.
The van crashes, you die, reroll character.
Aw, dang.
Honestly,
She
though,
wakes
I think
up
in, like,
just for the breakdown.
oh, I love that. But like, if you think about the song, if it was sang at like a really frantic pace and we're all like sweating and having a terrible time, that fits.
Totally, yeah.
Has anyone seen Wayne's World?
Oh god, yeah.
Because Cassandra's basically the guy who's stoned in the backseat while they're doing
Yeah,
Oh my God.
absolutely.
That's right.
I love this.
Does anybody, just in all seriousness, does anybody actually turn on the radio?
Well, Cassandra can't because she's passed out.
Well, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that probably during the course of this drive, Mark has had several times where he tried to throw out some conversation out there, and nobody seemed in the mood to talk.
Aw.
And so he probably just eventually turns on the radio. He starts out with on the AM dial, finds a Christian station, but seeing everybody else's looks, he just turns it to a pop rock station.
I think as soon as the like Christian station has been on for longer than like just flipping through the stations, Michael will just loudly say nope from the back seat.
Yeah, so
Looking away from the window.
yeah, Mark has had other partners in the past. He knows not to push it too far, so he just finds a pop rock station and leaves it on that.
Yeah, and as you're transitioning from station to station, there are definitely news reports about you all.
Any of them talk about us heading south?
Not as of yet.
Or a white panel van?
As of yet, no.
Okay.
Believe it or not, thanks to those luck rolls.
Yeah, but I think when it comes time to switch, Mark will try to wake Cassie up and says, she is out. She is out cold. I really think we've been through a lot. I think we need to rest up for the night before going on.
I just for Geneva to confirm, I'm going to reach up and feel for a pulse.
Oh, there is one. Yeah.
Okay.
Faster than you would expect for somebody sleeping. Like she's still locked in like a fight or flight response.
Gotcha. So I can probably deduce that she wasn't just tired and has taken a nap. She just like...
Judging by the book
Shut
open
down.
in her lap, she fucked herself
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take the book.
Okay.
Like close it, take it, and just like tuck it away somewhere so she can't read it anymore.
Got it. And Mark, I would say like, I don't know if you even would have had an opportunity to adjust to it at this point, but still, Cassie, that book, just bright golden light.
Yeah, I assume so. Well,
So we have to
that's
stop.
yeah, I think so. I mean, what are we gonna do? Just leave her in the car?
No, she probably needs to come. Can we stop at a place with a bar, please? Like, please.
I mean, next to a bar, yeah.
Yeah, as long as
Thank you.
a drink, absolutely. Do not get drunk right now.
I am not listening to that.
She's looking at you while she's saying it and is like waiting for a response, kind of like cocks her head when she doesn't get one. Agent Vega.
I am absolutely not listening to that. Oh, it doesn't matter what we do. We can do whatever we want. And what I want to do right now is get completely shit-faced.
You want to deal with everything we have been dealing with while not being completely coherent.
It doesn't matter if you are, because nothing makes sense.
You think being drunk while doing everything we just did would have been a better time?
Better time
Might
for
hurt
me.
less.
Please do not get drunk.
Well,
she'll drop it after that, but she's...
So, somebody roll just in ×5.
I want to. Let me do it.
Go for it.
Do it. Do it. I'm
Am I
gun
smart?
lady, not brain lady this time.
I'm sure I'm not smart. That's okay. Hey!
Hey, 20 out of 55. Who's got cash?
We do. Because we took out a bunch of cash before if that was in and amongst our possessions. Remember, we went to an ATM right before we left the last hotel and cleared our cards out.
That's right. You did.
Yeah, because we
You
knew
were
we were
smart.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me, because I'm like, how the fuck are you all going to pay for this stuff?
We thought ahead of time.
There you go.
With cash money.
Beautiful. Okay, you've got cash.
Yeah, let's just find some place that looks cheap, probably a little sketchy. Like, stuff happens there all the time, but as long as the, person at the front gets paid, they don't give a shit. They're not going to snitch. That kind of place.
Yeah, with like the diviest dive bar attached to it. Like one of those motels with a shitty bar attached.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's going to have to... Our rooms are going to have to be on the first floor and exterior entrances, because I don't know how we get Cassie into a room otherwise.
Most of those motels with the really shitty bars attached are like one level anyways, right? They're
right, yeah.
Big long strip gross ass ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, easy enough. We'll say once you we'll say as you drive through and you get into Connecticut, you maybe go off the beaten path a little bit, off the interstate, off some of the the main roads, and you're able to find this seedy establishment of likely ill repute that is more than happy to accept your cash for a night's stay. And there is, of course, a nearby dive bar, easily enough that you would be able to imbibe. But yeah, you do have a place to lay your heads for the evening.
Yeah, I guess I'll ask Mark, do you want to stay with Cassie or do you want me to? I'm fine either way.
I could stay with her. I'll watch over her. Make sure nothing happens.
All right. I'll help get her into a room then.
All right.
Sleep in the bed.
Michael is going to get out of the car and go directly into the bar.
Okay.
Geneva watches him go, and there's a moment where she thinks I should follow him, but then she's like, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, so she'll just let him be.
All right. So we've got Michael going to the bar. We've got Geneva. I'm guessing you're going. How many rooms did you all get?
I assume 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Geneva and Michael in one, Mark and Cassie in the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got Michael going to the bar, Geneva in your room, and Mark, you're taking care of Cassie.
Yeah, Mark will, when Cassie's safely in bed, Mark's going to sit down at, if there's a table or something like that, get out a pencil and pull out that postcard and a piece of notebook paper and start scribbling
Yes.
things down.
Roll int times 5 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 51.
51 out of 90. You're a smart cookie, man. It'll take you probably about an hour, but you'll figure it out.
Right. So Mark just starts, looking at the obviously coded message that's on the back of the postcard, and he starts with one letter. There's a couple of times where there's just a one letter word in there, and knowing that there are only I's and A's, there aren't a lot of one letter words, and so he takes that as a possibility and works through 2-letter combinations next and 3-letter combinations before he goes and he writes down A, B, C, D, E, F, the whole alphabet, and then begins putting underneath each of the letters which letter it translates to, until in the end he brute forces the message.
And what do you find?
It says, "Dearest M, made the crossing with a strange little man called Mosby. All is well. The towers of gold are magnificent, and Yehitel, parentheses, spelling, is a wonder. Say hello to V from me. Abigail is here. Wish you were."
There you go. And I will add that to the handout with the back of the postcard. And with that, Geneva, what are you doing during this time?
I'd say she maybe goes to the room for about an hour. And I'm assuming Michael is not back by then, at which point she would go to the bar just to check up on him.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's absolutely not back.
I figured.
So, Michael,
Mm-hmm.
you go to the bar. What do you
sure
order?
do. Tequila with a... I guess I would order a pint of lager with a tequila back.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, easily enough. You're able to get that. And, what do you do during that time? Do you look around? Do you just kind of stare into your drink? What's going through your mind?
100% staring into the drink. And the stuff that's going through his mind is kind of like... It's like less of a fugue state version of, but still trying to figure out what that thing with his fiance is all about, what that actually means. If it's another part of this elaborate ruse that seems to be going on. And he's kind of running through the thought of if none of this is real, if it's all fake, because it all seems fake, then it doesn't matter what he does. And I think he even at one point kind of looks down at his gun, maybe looks up and looks around at everyone in the room, and then just orders another tequila shot.
Okay. As you're sitting there kind of working your way through the lager, hitting the tequila, ordering the second drink, have you ever been in a bar when a fight breaks out and all of a sudden you notice that sudden, you maybe notice it before you hear it, you feel that sudden change in the environment, right? All of a sudden it gets a little quieter and you just notice something's going on.
Or a lot louder. Yeah.
Or a lot louder. Yeah.
Yeah,
you just
depending on
feel,
how crowded the bar is.
right. It's not very crowded. We are in the middle of nowhere.
Gotcha.
But you feel that sudden change in the dynamic and in the atmosphere.
So a fight hasn't broke out, but it's about to.
It's about to.
Yeah, cool.
You look up and you see two guys arguing with each other. It seems to be hovering just near the very precipice of violence. There's occasionally a push, and occasionally a fist cocked back like somebody's getting ready to throw a punch. And, the shouts become increasingly heated. "Look at it," one of them says. "You need to see it. You need to see it to understand it." The other one refuses, and the two engage in a violent struggle. "Look at it. Look. Look." He hooks him in a headlock and pulls something from his pocket and shoves it into the other man's face.
What is it?
Do you do anything?
He's not going to get involved. He does not give a shit if these two fight. And I think he thinks it's all performance anyways, right?
Right.
Yeah, so he'll look to see what it is.
It's a piece of paper. And it lands, you see something on it, but it lands face down on the barroom floor.
Okay. And it lands face down on the barroom floor?
Face down, yeah, not face up.
Yeah, I don't think he'll... Honestly, like, I know this is something to be engaged in, right? Like, they didn't put this in the story for no reason, but I think he would just, like, sigh and be like, this is another part of the fucking show, another part of the theater, and, like, turn back to his drink. Like, it just... But I want to see what's on the... Like, I, Brett the person, want to see what's on that piece of paper, so...
In Geneva, as you go looking for Michael, you would walk in and see this struggle just happening on the other end of the bar.
Do I hear them say, like, you need to look at it to understand it, that kind of thing?
You would. Yeah, you would have heard the shouting on your approach, and there would probably be a sinking feeling for a moment that maybe Michael was not being as under the radar as he should be. But there's almost a sigh of relief as you step through the threshold and you see him just kind of seated at the bar, staring very intently at the drink in front of him, and these two other men on the other side, struggling with each other.
Are other people reacting to those two men?
There's occasional glances, but for the most part, they just seem to be content to let them do whatever it is they're doing.
Gotcha. The timing of me walking in, would I even know that the paper on the floor is part of the conversation, or would I be clueless to what that is?
Roll alertness for me.
Okay.
Even if you don't notice it.
Yeah, nope.
Okay.
When you approach Michael, he'll probably like wave a hand in its direction and go, I think we got a clue.
Yeah, she like looks at them, and then what they're saying is odd and it catches her attention, but she's kind of more focused on Michael, so she starts to walk over to him. But when you say that and you point at the paper, she will reach down and pick it up and look at it.
Yeah, and he'll take another shot of tequila and then flip the shot glass upside down, slide it towards the bartender, and tap on him for another.
Okay. You see the lines of the yellow sign.
Oh, that's not good.
Roll sanity.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, with a 67 out of 47. Roll 1d4.
3.
You lose 3.
Dang, I have lost so much sanity in this one session.
Michael has to see this.
Yeah, if she approached him with the piece of paper or she picked it up and looked at it, he would he's kind of like, this is all a joke, this is all whatever, but he would look.
Oh,
is that what that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You're thinking Michael must see this.
Oh.
Yeah. So as he's like ordering his next shot, she just like sets it right down in front of him. Like right where his drink is.
Do you look, Michael?
Yeah, of course. How could you not?
Roll sanity.
But Vince, I don't want to. Actually, I do want to. This,
like, yeah. After she does that, and you look at it, her hand like retracts, like she's been like burned, and she's like, "Shit," because I think she realizes what she just did.
With a 6 out of 39, though, you lose nothing, Michael. To you, it just looks like a couple of lines. But you do notice, Geneva, that compulsion to share it fades. And with that, oh, go ahead.
I would say I grab it and I rip it up before anyone, like the bartender or anyone else, can see it.
Got it.
Sorry.
So with Geneva and Michael continuing their bonding, Mark, you definitely fall asleep. But you're eventually awoken by the sound of the phone ringing in the middle of the night.
The room phone.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Mark sits up and picks up the phone. Mostly just to stop it from ringing, but he puts the earpiece to his ear.
Do you say anything?
Hello?
He's in the other room.
Who is this?
It's Colwell.
Do I know a Colwell?
You don't.
I don't. Look, what's your role in all this? What do you want?
We're on Bristol. You know who this is?
None of this makes sense to me, right?
No.
No. Which other room?
He's outside. He's outside the bathroom.
Where the heck are you?
I'm here.
Yeah, well, I'm here. What do you want me to do about it?
Do you not remember?
No.
Her gray song. We had to find it. We had to burn it. We had to destroy it. All of it. We had to kill all of them.
Look, I don't know how you got this number. I just want to go to sleep.
Look, I'm locked in the bathroom. I don't think. All of a sudden you hear the sound of a door rattling and inhuman laughter.
I'm going to hang up.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they're at this point, I think it's obvious that they're fucking with us.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just not.
Roll sand.
Okay. Oh, that's a failure.
Yeah, 67 out of 62. You lose one.
All right. Chipping away.
How are you looking?
Still all right. I think I might still be better off than I was after my personal life did more sand damage to me than anything else. So yeah, I'm 5 above my breaking point.
All right.
But yeah, no, these guys are. So Colwell, Roland, Bristol, none of this rings a bell to me, right?
No, Operation Bristol.
Operation Bristol. Oh, I thought.
Well, I think he just said Bristol.
Oh, I think he said we're on Bristol.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And then her gray song.
Yeah. Wait, heard a gray song?
Her, as in possessive, Her.
Yeah.
Gray song.
Yeah. Okay. I think I will take. I mean, a lot of my notes are gone, but Mark will take out the notebook that contains what notes he does have, and he will write those names down just in case they ring a bell later.
Okay. And with that, do you try to go back to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And we'll say, given enough time, you're able to. You're so burnt out at this point. Geneva and Michael, what do you do with the rest of your evening?
Geneva's just keeping an eye on Michael at this point, drinking her water. Kind of realizing it's pointless to try to fight him on the drinking thing right now. So just being his DD, basically, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't, surprisingly enough, doesn't end up getting absolutely shit-faced. He drank 4 shots of tequila in a pretty short period of time, so, that's not great. But then I think he spends the rest of the evening, nursing 2 beers. So, he gets, he's definitely feeling it, but he's not, completely obliterated or anything. And he'll just, he almost seems like he's in a better mood than he has been. And he'll just, chat with you about old times and talk about his life and stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah. So we'll just do that, and eventually, after he's done with his couple of beers, she'll recommend they get some sleep.
Okay. As you return to your room, though, you do find the note slipped under your door from Mark with the translation of the postcard.
Michael looks at it, laughs, and then does that thing that drunk people do where they like take off their shirt while they're still walking, and it's a little stumbly. While he's like pulling it over his head.
Well, maybe not you in your drunken state, but being sober, Geneva might. You recognize the name Mosby.
Yeah. Yeah, she notes that. I don't think... I mean, she recognizes Abigail from that's a name that the other two have mentioned, but the rest of it, I don't think sparks any memory, correct?
Correct. Just Mosby, the missing Delta Green agent from 1951.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, she'll tuck that away to chat about in the morning and make sure that Michael makes it to his bed and then get on hers.
All right. Everyone roll 1d6.
I knew it.
God.
Oh my god.
What
Wait.
in the hell?
Isn't there still a penalty if you're at like 1?
Yep. Sure is.
Also, forgive me if I'm wrong, Jack, but did you reset your willpower at the start of this game, right?
No, my sanity.
Oh, your willpower is supposed to start at full at the beginning of every session, isn't it? Is that wrong?
No,
That
no,
might be
no.
wrong.
Yeah, no.
Oh, is that
yeah.
the beginning of every campaign?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry, my mistake.
No, you're good. It should have been full up when we started back in Boston in 2015 versus 95, which I'm guessing you did, right, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you've just been chipping away at it. So Geneva, you get 5 willpower back up to your maximum.
Yeah, which I only needed 1, so you guys should have got that 5.
Right, yeah. Mark, you get 1. Cassie, you get 1. But Cassie, I'll give you another 1 because of your suicidal headlong rush into corruption and insanity with your continuing obsession with all things king and yellow.
So another roll or another just point?
Oh yeah, I'll give you 2 points.
Okay.
And Michael, you get 1. And I'll give you another one, Mark. How many were you missing?
Right now I'm at 8 out of 14 with that one.
Okay, I'll give you another one for solving the code on the postcard.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yep.
Oh wait, sorry. So
I
don't have to tell you wait.
Okay.
Oh, do I get any hit points back from a night's rest?
Let's check. I think you might. Let me double check.
I think it's only like 1.
It's like 1, yeah. Yep, roll con times 5.
Con times 5. Ooh, that's a critical, baby.
Yes, which is awesome. So instead of just 1, roll 1d4.
Okay, now we're talking.
Ooh.
4.
You get 4 hit points back.
Oh, that's sweet. That really helps. Mark is feeling a lot better today. Still tired, but
yeah,
those scabs are starting to heal over. He almost feels human again. When Mark wakes up, he goes over to Cassie and says, "Good morning, sunshine."
What? And you see that as soon as you say that, she wakes up. She realizes that she's not in the van and skitters back towards the headboard, and just her eyes are darting in every area of the room. Not even looking.
Hey! It's all right. It's me. You're all right. You passed out.
What?
You passed out. We brought you here. We figured you needed some sleep.
Where are we? Did we make it to New York?
No, we're still on the road, but we're heading there. You You feel all right? You gonna be okay?
We should go. We gotta go. We have to go.
Yeah. Hey, Cassie. You know, I know you think you're being sneaky when you're taking those pills and things. I know you think we don't know, but we know. And it's not that I don't want you to quit. Someday you are gonna quit. You're gonna get better. But I don't think now's a good time to quit.
I agree.
Tell me what you need to get through the day, and I'll go out and see if I can find some.
Just something to keep me up.
I mean, you got a name? I I don't know. You tell me.
I'll be fine. Just when we get to New York, I'll deal with it.
No, okay, but I mean, I think that has a lot to do with why you passed out. I mean, you haven't had any since the Dorchester house, right?
We should go find the others. What? Are they okay?
Yeah. I don't know. Michael went out drinking. I think Cassie probably went with him. Sorry, Cassie. I think Geneva probably went with him.
We should go. The more time we waste talking and doing this, we need to just go. And she'll start to get up off the bed, just rubbing her face, trying to get herself awake and out of the sleepiness that she was experiencing. Kind of reaches down instinctively at the back of her jeans and feels the imprint of the book in her back pocket. Sighs, and then look, maybe we should just get some coffee at least, just to start.
Yeah, that's all right. You freshen up. I'll go get some coffee for both of us.
All right, thank you.
And Mark will go down to the bar, hope that they have something there for coffee.
Nah, not that kind of place, unfortunately.
They don't have like a continental breakfast?
No, no. You're lucky you're lucky you got a roof and a bed.
All right.
I don't think you want to eat the eggs there, even if there are some.
By the way, HP, did I get a back?
Make a con times 5 test. I forgot you lost some. 58 out of 75. You regain 1.
Okie doke.
Was anybody else below their maximum hit points?
No.
Okay, cool. Geneva and Michael, how's your morning go?
I feel like Michael doesn't feel like super well rested, but he also probably feels pretty good. Like I feel like he really needed that like tension release, and so just feels like a little bit more relaxed, even if he's a little bleary-eyed.
Okay.
Yeah, Geneva is her usual self. Up early, gets a shower, gets clean. Seems unfazed by everything, as usual.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say she'll text them, but then I remember they don't have their phones, so she won't text them.
Yeah, when and how do you all eventually reconvene?
I don't know, but while Mark is going to get coffee, Cassandra will take out her copy of the play and put it in the bedside drawer next to the Bible.
God damn it.
Okay. Easy enough.
Oh yeah, she'll just wait for him to come back.
Mark, we'll say you're able to, the bar across the way is actually open in the morning and you're able to get some burnt black coffee.
All right.
There's like a gas station or something.
Yeah, I'll get that. Bring it back. Give Cassie her cup. Sit there drinking my own for a little bit, and hey, you want to use the shower? Or?
No, I think we should just be on the road.
I ain't gonna leave without a shower. You guys gotta drive with me.
She just looks up and glares from her coffee cup, her styrofoam coffee cup.
Look, I wouldn't say anything about. You smell fine, okay? You smell fine.
You're lying, but that's okay.
Okay. All right. Well, Mark is gonna take a shower. I mean,
Okay.
Hey, Mark, where are the others? I can go get them while you're doing that.
I'll tell her the room number.
Yeah, it's like right next door.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, as he's taking the shower, she'll head out and first of all, how like seamy does this part of town look, or does this area look?
It's very, very rural, so it's not exactly like on a seedy side of a particular town. It's just kind of off like a back state road kind of deal.
Okay. And how does the person at the front desk look? Do they look maybe a little savory, unsavory, old? Like what's the vibe?
What's your intent? And then
I'm trying to get the hookup on some pick-me-ups.
Got it. Roll criminology. Yeah, the front with a 6 out of 70, the front desk guy can definitely hook you up.
Okay, yeah. Then before I just pause and look at the door that to their room, and then look back towards the lobby, and I'll head to the lobby first, or the front desk rather. Hey.
Morning.
Yeah, and just lean in very close. Yeah, I'm about to hit the road. I'm just looking for a taste. Do you have anything?
Want some crystal?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And he will sell you some meth.
Party.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. I didn't know she was doing meth. I thought you were talking about like Adderall or something.
She does whatever will keep her awake.
Fair.
You got some methamphetamines.
I have one meth.
One crystal meth.
You have one single meth. I'll take one meth, please.
I'd like one meth, please.
Num 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 num.
And then yeah, after she gets a little bit of that, she'll nod, and then she'll knock on the door for Geneva and Michael.
All right. Yeah, Geneva, Michael, you hear a knock on your door.
Yeah, I'll answer it. Open it up.
Michael's in the shower.
Hey, feeling better?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I passed out last night. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we're good. We should be ready to get on the road soon. Everything good on your end? Mark okay?
Yeah, he looks better. It looks like he's pretty close to being fully healed. Probably another couple days. So just have some scars. He's taking a shower now, though.
All right. Yeah, same with Michael. So we'll just meet at the van when we're done.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, she will turn away and head back to her and Mark's room. Hearing this shower is still going, she's going to go ahead and just in like the furthest flat surface away, kind of like using maybe the remote control or something like that, just start to crush up some of the meth into finer crystals and just snort a couple of lines.
Okay.
Burns
So
like fuck.
Let's see what the rolls for stimulants are. Okay. So roll 1d6, or actually roll 2d6.
8.
All right, so you will be able to offset any penalties for 8 hours.
Awesome.
I'll say you have another dose left after that.
Yeah, she'll sit down, more fidgety than she was before, and just wait for him.
Yeah, Mark comes out of the shower, dries off, and gets gets dressed in the bathroom, not in front of Cassandra. And yeah, when he comes out, he says, "You know, I have to admit, I kind of panicked yesterday. I shouldn't have given Michael that gun."
Well, why not?
He shot at you, Cassie. I think he missed. I think he missed on purpose.
It is what it is.
Well,
I know that he was scared, and I don't blame him. I mean, think about if your partner was somehow tied to all of this.
have you seen that look in his eyes?
Which one?
Ever since then, he looks scared.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about that or the look he gets when he's phoning home, and she does like the little ET finger.
Yeah, no. Wait. You mean like calling his... No, wait, what do you mean phoning home?
I mean the demons.
Yeah. Well, that's... Yeah, that's under... I mean... Cassie, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but you are glowing like hell right now. I mean that literally.
Does anybody else glow?
Some. All of us. A little bit. That book of yours. Even brighter than you, but you're catching up.
We've got to figure out why is he able to get to that point. I mean, he didn't connect us with any of them last time. He was able to break out of that, but why is he able to do that?
I don't know. And I'm not sure I want to know. I'd be happier if we could just make it stop.
I just feel like we have like pieces of something, of a mirror, just like someone just kicked it, shattered it, and we've got fucking demons, we've got fake police, we've got missing people, we've got murders, we've got hotels that don't exist anymore, we have him, the king. I just can't wrap my head around how it all just comes together.
The devil's a deceiver, Cassie. You can't read anything into his plans. He just wants to make chaos and tear it all apart, all of God's great creation, out of jealousy and rage.
You don't think this play is a creation of his too? God's?
No, this comes from another place.
I hope you're right. I hope that your God isn't using us for his entertainment.
Like Job?
We should go get the others. We should go.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, let Mark will head on out to the other room.
All right. You all reconvene in Geneva and Michael's room?
Yeah.
And what's the plan?
Before we go on, Mark's just going to say, somebody called me in the middle of the night last night. They mentioned Colwell, Operation Bristol. He pulls out his notes. Something about her Grace song. Any of that ring a bell to you two?
Does it?
Not for you, Cassie, no. Let me check to see if it does for Geneva. And
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't sound familiar, but I'm also very, very dumb.
not for you either.
Okay. All right. Just checking. There's so many things that are all connected in all this. All right. Well, eggs and then hit the road.
Oh, I might be skipping the eggs from here.
Yeah, I'm not eating those.
Oh no! There's a McDonald's down the road.
Sure. It'll be quick.
And yeah, I'll start to hop in the van. I'll get in the passenger. I will get in the passenger side and sit quietly and wait for Mark and the others.
All right.
Yeah, I get in the van. Do I see that Cassie has another copy of the book?
Roll alertness.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, with a 22 and a 77. You see something in her back pocket.
Yeah, I think this is the first time it's been confirmed, at least in character, that Geneva took that book. She still has it, but...
No, you don't.
Oh, I don't. It's straight up vanished from me and is back with her.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was just, like, getting repeat copies. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Geneva, like, checks where she put it and notices it's gone. Knows that there's no way Cassie could have got it just, like, out of the bag. So she just notes that bit of information.
Yep. So with that, you all head out. I guess stop at a McDonald's on the way, grab some breakfast, and start driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're heading to their McAllister house first, right?
The McAllister building?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's Dorchester House, McAllister building. Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, we're just going straight to New York. We're just going to the McAllister building first.
Yep.
Okay. Along the way, who's sitting where?
Passenger seat.
Okay.
Yeah, just in the back.
Okay. Michael, Geneva, are you like kind of like looking out the front window, or?
I think a side window, probably.
Yeah, like very casually, maybe keeping an eye on probably more the side window of the side that she's at, maybe occasionally looking forward, but not like keeping an eye on the front of the car, no.
Well, yeah, so unfortunately, like, remember, this is the van that had the, that was kind of repurposed, and there were no side windows and or anything like that.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, honestly, he's probably just, like, he might be trying to catch a little, like, extra nap, from the boozes.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'd say, like, casually looking up every now and then out the front window.
Okay. Roll alertness for me.
Hey,
7 out of 77. You look up and you see, as you're driving, you see on the side of the road, and you're still on some of these back roads before you get to the interstate proper. You see a person at some distance whose head is on fire.
Do I see this?
No.
Okay, work.
Yeah, I think she almost waits to see if Mark and Cassie will react to it at all, and when they don't, that's kind of a signal, at least in her brain, that the reality of this is vague. So she's not going to, like, react too much, but she will keep an eye on it as they drive closer and eventually go past if they do.
It's hard to make out any details because its features are completely engulfed in roaring flame, but if you didn't know any better, you'd say that this figure is laughing. They're wearing a padded tan uniform with these strange slipper-like shoes, white socks, and some type of leg binding up to the knee. Do you have anything in history or military science?
Let me look. Nothing in military science, and then the default 10% in history.
Okay. Roll history.
Okay. No.
Yeah, even with a 20% bonus, you don't recognize the uniform. But as soon as a car driving in the opposite direction passes, they're gone.
Yeah, I don't think she says anything. She doesn't want to freak anyone out or make it so anyone stops the van to go see for themselves, anything like that. She just takes it as a confirmation that they're heading in the right direction.
Roll sanity for me, by the way.
There it is. Fail.
Roll 1d4. With that 51 out of 44. Ooh, you lose 4.
Ooh.
Shit.
It's
Party.
fun time. Breaking point time.
Breaking point again?
This is the first time for me.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Right? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine's
so
still pretty high.
You don't go temporarily insane. But pick a disorder.
Okay. I like that she just like casually, without saying anything, hits her breaking point in this van.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just like chilling. Let me look at disorders, and then I will message you.
No rush. You can get back to me. Get back to me with that later.
Nice. And then for setting the new breaking point, what do I do for that?
It is your current sanity minus your willpower, or minus your power.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Love that.
Yep. So you all continue to drive about 2.5 hours, and eventually you make it back into the city. You drive straight to the site of where the McAllister building once stood. And for whatever reason, it's just been turned into a parking lot. Buildings on either side, some still bearing damage from the explosion all those years ago. But the site itself, just pavement. What do you do?
Cassandra gets out of the van and stands in front where the entrance used to be. And just looks around, looks up at the sky to see if there's anything, almost like trying to see if like there's some hidden shape or building or something that might clue her into the true nature of this spot.
Roll. I'm sorry to make you all roll so many alertness rolls, but roll me an alertness.
Nope.
Yeah, 65 to 54. Nothing. Yeah, it's tough to tell. There's definitely this oppressive feeling here, but you're not sure if it's just the weight of the memories of what you endured here all those years ago with the rest of MCell, or if it's some preternatural presence still lingering here.
Is it like a flat parking lot, or is it like one of those enclosed multi-level ones?
Enclosed multi-level.
Okay.
How many floors?
I will say 5.
Well,
Actually, no. I like how you asked that question. Let's let's run with that. 3.
3 floors.
3 floors. Nah. 4 floors. 4 floors. We'll split the difference.
All right.
Because 3 seems to be a little small for a parking garage, right? So we'll say.
Yeah,
4.
I mean, for like I think it'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, 3 floors. 3-floor parking garage.
Well, I mean, if the past is any predictor of the future, then nothing's going to happen till night. Maybe we should spend our time today looking for other buildings.
Should we do a walkthrough at least? See what it's like in the day, so we know.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
to get here.
definitely.
Might be odd.
Yeah.
Look it over. Why not? Yeah, so I guess walk from bottom to top, just really searching the place. If we can do that without attracting attention to ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. As you walk through, are you looking through for anything in particular, or
A portal to another dimension?
Got it. Got it.
Or
If we see one of those, just let us know.
yeah, or any king in yellow sign or paraphernalia, anything like that.
We're just weird shit in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so nothing odd or unusual. Just another parking garage in the city. I'm assuming climb the stairs versus take the elevator, so you can kind of give it all the once over.
I am. Cassandra's actually she's gonna walk using the ramps. So like walking down, looking
okay.
at like license plates, seeing if anything pops up to her, looking at cars, seeing if she notices anybody in them, or if there's just any car in general that looks like noteworthy. But she'll walk up that way.
Okay.
That's what I had pictured in my mind too.
Yeah.
Geneva will take the stairs then, just in case if there's anything there. Well, those two cover the ramps.
Okay. Michael, do you go? He's gonna BRB.
I'll assume he's with me, I think.
Yeah, I think Michael will go with you. Michael or Cassandra and Mark. As you're walking and going up these ramps, all of a sudden, with no warning and no idea where this man came from, he's on you, Cassie. He's in a trench coat. He's holding a switchblade. He leaps and thrusts the blade right into your face, or attempts to.
Judo chop. I'm cutting him down.
All right, roll unarmed. Okay. Yeah, he shouts, and Mark, you can't even get a good look at this guy, and you're for a second you're trying to wonder, or trying to figure out where this guy came from.
Mhm.
It seems like he came out of fucking nowhere. But Cassie, you're actually able to get your hand up and deflect the arm with the blade. He comes at you again with that knife, and you're in such tight, close quarters. You can't see anything but the knife in his hands, and you can't quite get a good look at his face or his clothing, apart from just this long trench coat.
Is he wearing gloves?
No, you can see his hands.
What like? Do I notice any distinctions, any distinctive marks or anything like that?
There's too much going on. This guy's trying to stab you in the face.
Perfect.
Would I get a chance to make an attack?
You sure can. Yeah. What would you like to do?
Yeah. So Mark is going to jump on him and attempt to disarm him using one of his Krav Maga moves.
Nice. Go for it.
All right. That's a 54 out of 69.
All right. Yeah. Let's see let me roll for him. Yeah, you're able to pull the knife away from him. You reach up, you kind of apply pressure to his wrist, and you're able to rip the blade from his grip.
And then once the blade just kind of goes skittering away on the pavement. Mark's gonna turn that into an arm bar and come from behind him and put his other arm around his neck, holding him there, twisting his arm, and say, "All right, talk. Who sent you?"
Let's see. He lashes out with a leg, with a foot, and rakes it down your shin, and buys himself just enough time and space to break out of your grip, and hurls himself out of the parking garage through the nearest opening, no matter how high up you are.
Would I be able to like try and grab him and pull him back in?
You could try, yeah.
Would that be unarmed?
Yeah. Yeah, 74 to 65. You very briefly grab onto his coat, but just like that, he is gone, and he is over the side of this parking garage. I'd say at this point you're on the second story.
I'm gonna rush to the side to the ledge to see where he jumped off. When he jumps off, does he just hit the ground and run, or like? I mean, especially from this height.
Oh, there's nobody there.
Oh, God damn it!
Roll sand.
Yeah.
69.
69 out of 20. Nice.
Nice.
Ooh,
59 out of
59 for me.
61. Mark, you lose nothing. Cassie, you lose 1.
I'm gonna check for the knife.
What knife?
Yeah, I figured.
What kind of knife was it? Was it like a dagger, like a straight razor?
A switchblade?
Switchblade, okay.
You at least remember that much.
Yeah.
You all right? He didn't get you, did he?
No, he wasn't there apparently.
Yeah. Right. Damn near kicked my shins in.
Yeah, it's crazy, Mark. Like you look down, you can actually see like the scuff on your pants from where his boots like kind of scraped against your flesh, and you can feel the sting and that burning sensation of having, something raked violently down bone and flesh. But that's the only indication that anything happened.
All right. Well, shall we finish searching the rest of the garage?
Yeah, we should get back with the others. I think that whatever that was, I think that we're close to something and it's trying to keep us from it. Which doesn't make sense because it wants us here.
Geneva and Michael, you kind of take these stairs, and I'd say you're far enough away from the ramp to not really hear the scuffle going on. Do you do anything special during this time? Discuss anything, or are you looking for anything in particular?
I don't think so. Just, anything that stands out, but I'm assuming our trip up the stairs is less eventful.
It is, yeah. Although, Geneva, go ahead and roll that. Actually, Geneva and Michael roll alertness checks for me.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, heck yeah. We're very alert.
Excellent, yeah. Michael with a 42 out of 82, and Geneva with a 25 out of 77. Geneva, as you kind of look out, and you get to the next level after climbing up the staircase, I'm assuming you just poke your head out, kind of see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's one of those parking garages where, each level looks out onto the city. And as you look out on a nearby building on the roof, you look up and you see 3, 4 people, probably 200 more meters away. Again, kind of like that initial hallucination, maybe, if you're lucky. That these aren't people, these are marionettes. And these strings seem to rise and vanish into the air.
They're just kind of standing there?
They're just kind of standing there.
And we both see them?
You don't, Michael. What you see is you look down and you see a man in a suit. A white suit with a white shirt and a red tie. And an old school pork pie hat with a briefcase. Open up the cover of a nearby dumpster. Crawl inside and close it behind him.
I hate that.
That's so fucking creepy, dude.
It's really creepy, but I like it better than the marionettes.
Really? I hate that.
Yeah, it's not great. Okay. Michael cries, and I go home. No, I think he freezes and clutches at Geneva's wrist.
At first, I think she thinks he sees what she's seeing, but when she looks over and his line of sight is somewhere else, she'll ask, "What is it? What'd you see?"
I don't. That might have been a hallucination. I think a man just climbed into that dumpster. That doesn't sound as crazy as it looked. It looked a lot crazier than that.
I was going to say, it is New York.
Yeah, he was wearing a suit. It wasn't a normal thing that happened.
Do you want to trade?
No. I already have mine.
She kind of gestures at the roof. She's like, marionettes for me.
Okay. We should let's get moving. Let's get this. He trails off.
She just kind of nods and starts continuing the walk to finish up and then meet with the others.
All right. I assume, do you all reconvene on the third level, like at the very top?
Yeah, I'd say that we walk towards the entrance to the stairs, and then meet over by there.
Okay.
Should we take the elevator down? That's the only place we haven't been.
We can try. Yeah.
Look around. Make sure we check out the third level first, just in case we missed something.
Yeah. Can I just do like a search just to see if I notice anything conspicuous out of the ordinary?
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and is there a door to like a roof up above this?
There is not.
Okay, noted.
With a 44 and a 73. Nicely done. Yeah, you look around and just more motivated than ever to find something. This has to be where you're supposed to be, right? You find nothing.
Okay.
Well, we know what it looks like in the day. Let's go find somewhere we can stay at least for a while and come back tonight. See if it changes.
That's all we can do, I think.
Did you guys see anything? Anything?
Yeah,
Odd?
a man attacked us. Disappeared. Yeah. I mean, what? It's par for the course, ain't it?
No, I mean, previously, things have just kind of been happening around us. This seems to be the first time something has directly attempted to attack you. You made physical contact with it?
Yeah, Mark points to his shin with a scuff mark on it. Yeah, he kicked me.
I think Michael laughs.
Yeah. Makes sense.
How about you?
Saw some marionettes off in the distance, but they didn't do that. Oh, we should check that dumpster. She looks over it. Michael.
Yeah. Well, yeah, why don't we take the elevator down and, yeah, we can check the dumpster.
Why are we checking the dumpster?
I saw a man climb in there.
Oh. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Oh. Sorry.
I mean, eventually it gets to the point where you're like, who the fuck knows what's going on? Let's just
I still
look
hate
at a
it.
dumpster.
Amazing.
That visual, for some reason, is still the worst one yet. It creeps me
so
the fuck
creepy.
out.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Super
I don't know
creepy.
what it is. The idea of this dude, like just knowing that there's like a dude in a dumpster just like hanging out there waiting for you. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I completely winged that, so I'm glad.
Did you really?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate it. I hate it.
Trust your gut to terrify us, Vince. Just keep
Hell
going.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you all head down to that, I'm guessing to that dumpster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you throw open the lid, there is no one there.
Mm.
So real quick, Michael, I'll need you to roll sanity for me, please, sir.
Oh, sorry.
If I must.
I mean, he could have gotten out.
Yeah, I mean, people can climb out of dumpsters just as easily. Actually, that's not true. It's probably easier to get into them, but they can still do it.
Yeah.
That's not the craziest thing I've ever heard.
With a 75 and a 39, please roll 1d4.
Stop it, Vince. I'm going to lose my mind.
Okay.
Two.
It was 2.
Not great.
There is a briefcase in there, though.
Ooh.
And it looks old.
You said he was carrying that, right?
Yeah, but the one he saw looked brand new. This looks like
Uh,
it is old and rotten and barely being held together.
I don't think it was that one, but that's doesn't make any sense.
Geneva will get it. She'll take it out. She's gonna like gently set it on the ground and give everyone a chance to be like, I am going to open this. If you don't want to see what's in it, God knows what'll be in it. Might be empty, could be something terrifying. This is your chance to turn around.
Michael turns around.
Yeah.
Sandra
Fair.
just
He's-
keeps her eyes on it.
He's real scared.
Does not take much to open. This thing is just absolutely disgustingly degraded. But you open it, and inside are these pristine, folded blueprints of what appears to be some kind of Art Deco type building. Large. And I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's Art Deco, but then it's also there's something timeless about it, like architecture from multiple periods. But I mean, you were never an architecture student, so it's hard to tell. But they appear to be for renovations. And written in the corner is Hotel Broadalbin, architect A. Darabandi.
Is there an address?
There is not.
Ah, dang.
That's it. That's him. Darabandi.
The guy who built it?
Well, he designed it at least.
Michael, what are you doing during this time?
He had his back turned, but I think he's probably like sneaking a peek over his shoulder.
So you're kind of in an alleyway, and you look up towards the end of the alley,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a group of men wearing gas masks and heavy jackets.
All right. Well, I liked the start of that sentence a lot better than the end of it.
Yeah. Openly carrying shotguns.
Okay, and it got worse. Cool.
What's odd is that they're on the sidewalk, and you could see people walking past and around them, but they don't seem to be reacting. And they're walking towards you.
Michael will pull his gun and go, guns, and then move for the nearest cover.
I look up immediately and look where he's pointing to, or
Same.
aiming at, I should say.
Same.
You see them.
And other people are not reacting to them?
Correct.
Guns down, Michael.
He's not gonna put his gun down. There's guns. There's people with guns. But he won't. He's not gonna fire.
Okay, good.
He fires twice.
You're gonna shoot a civilian?
Cassandra
You bet he is.
takes a couple steps forward past Michael towards them.
Make a human roll. 41 out of 69. Nice. They don't seem to notice you. I mean, they're walking right towards you, but they don't appear to see you.
I'll put my hand on Michael's hand that's holding the gun, still looking at the men.
They pass within a couple feet of you all, and it sounds like they're shouting at one another. Their voices muffled by the masks. It's the only real way they can probably be heard through the thick layers of rubber and filter. You see hand gestures, like they're pointing and looking, and hear one of them say, Troy. Roll sand.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming that applies to all of us.
Just her.
Oh, just her? Okay.
40
Yeah,
out of 19.
honestly, I was thinking that she actually had too much, so that's probably a good call.
Yeah. You lose one.
Mhm.
How you doing there?
Boy. I'm great.
At 18 sanity? Holy fuck. They keep walking to the opposite end of the alleyway and disappear from view.
And I'm sorry, so one of them just yelled out Troy, or?
They were saying something. You couldn't make out quite what it was, but you distinctly picked out your last name.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take my hand off of Michael's and just turn around and watch them walk out of the alley.
Do we don't know your last name, do we? You never told us.
Mark does, but the two of you don't.
Right, okay.
Why were you going to get all angry mom at her and use her full name?
No. Well, I was wondering if the name Troy would have any impact on Geneva, but I think she has no clue. Sound like gibberish.
Mark's gonna scoop up the blueprints and take them with him.
What's the plan?
What do we do?
Come back at night. We'll go find a cheap place to stay until then.
And I mean, we could probably use like cell phones or maybe head to the library and see if we can find any information about other buildings that Garabandi worked on.
Sure.
But yeah, I think the plan is just to come back here at night, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So you're in New York. Plenty of libraries to choose from. So we'll say you easily. Is that your first stop?
We'll go get some more coffee, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm down for whatever everyone else wants to do.
Yeah, I'm good with going right to the library.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. So with I'm guessing, is everybody doing some research to a degree?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We're all team players.
Okay. So let's do this. Let me check what these particular files would need. Roll intelligence. Just waiting on old Mikey Mike. There we go. So, Cassie with a 37 out of 85. Geneva with a 78 out of 45. Mark with a 4 out of 90. And Michael with a 42 out of 55. With all of you looking, you're easily able to find some material on Asa Darabandi. Specifically, you're able to find a book called The Devil's Craftsman, written by Cavett Monahan in 1952. And it's actually a biography of Asa Darabandi. There's also another book called A Darkness at the Corners by Elizabeth Ortiz, published in 1957. And a third book called Architecture, Genius, and Mental Illness by Dr. Peter Johansson, written in 1961. You find that Asa Darabandi was born in Paris to Miriam Darabandi and an unknown father. He became an American citizen on the 6th of June, 1887, when his family arrived in New York, and they soon settled in Chicago. Between, let's see, funnily enough, in A Darkness at the Corners, you find that in 1896, Adrian Darabandi, who was Miriam's sister, joined the family in Chicago. She was actually fleeing attention from French police and security services over her performance in the chorus for a stage production of something called La Roi en Jaune. And she cared for Asa Darabandi, her 10-year-old nephew, after that point. During the next 2 years, Adrienne fills her nephew's head with bizarre ideas, poems, and songs from La Roi en Jaune. And it is some time before Miriam realizes that Adrian is fucking insane. Between 1905 and 1921, Asa Darabandi became a local celebrity. He built 10 quote-unquote thought houses between 1905 and 1921 for Chicago luminaries. These buildings were marked by optical illusions, strange shapes. They were considered avant-garde, and Asa himself was referred to as the Picasso of architecture. He also built the Bellafleur House in the Oak Park neighborhood of Chicago for the Fitzroy family. And finally, in 21, the Lundins, specifically Henry Lundin, hired Asa Darabont to build what would eventually become the McAllister Building. And it was in May 6th, 1921, according to the Devil's Craftsman, that Asa Darabont suddenly left Chicago for New York and took up residence at an unnamed Midtown hotel, answering, according to his mother, an invitation. And the last bit of information that you find somewhat interesting was that in 1898, Adrienne Darabont was put out on the streets of Chicago by Miriam when she discovers that she has been filling Asa's head with these ideas that he is secret royalty from a fictional country fleeing assassins in Europe.
I, Jack, know what it means, but I don't know if I would have to roll intelligence to know what that particular play is.
Oh, yeah. You hit Google Translate up. It's easy enough to figure out it's French. It is the King. It is the King in Yellow.
Yeah.
Only one of those buildings was in New York, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I guess then that's our next lead. Or that's our only lead.
Well, we follow whatever leads we can until we find what we need. At least until tonight.
Yeah.
And I would say that took you easily a few hours. First locating the texts and then pouring through them. But between the three of you, your three successes, that's why I decided it would take hours versus days. So you're actually eventually kicked out of the library. And it is night by the time you get out.
Do we want to go?
What's Geneva doing during this time?
Yeah, not her strong point. I think she genuinely attempts to help at first, but just knows it's not. She doesn't have a knack for it, and the other three seem to be on a roll. So I think from there, she just kind of takes the time to keep an eye on stuff happening in the library, knowing that now, whether it was hallucination or a real person attacked one of them, she's just kind of on security mode now, keeping an eye on stuff.
All right.
Well, it's dark. Do we want to go check the building out first and then go back to the parking lot, or do we just want to go straight there?
Maybe get a place first so that if we have to retreat quickly, we know exactly where to go.
I don't think there's going to be an issue.
Better to be prepared.
Cassandra just kind of chuckles to herself.
I'm just gonna look up somewhere cheap near-ish the parking lot, the parking garage, that we can get a room just for now, just in case we need it.
Yeah, easy enough. You're able to find a pretty sketch location on maybe a not so reputable side of town that you can kind of hang out in for the time being.
Cool. Yeah, I think just long enough to park the van, and just, I don't think I was going to say put our stuff in, but we don't really have anything, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have it.
We leave our guns in there.
If you want to, go nuts.
I'll leave
I mean,
another copy of the play and
Say what now?
said I'll leave another copy of the play in the room, just so you know.
Okay.
When we die.
Do we see her do this?
No, I'm not doing that actually.
Oh, okay.
You're not? Okay. I mean, if you are, great. Roll stealth.
Yeah, you know, fuck it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Damn.
14 out of 17. Well, anybody else watching can roll alertness. We'll see who wins that contest.
Dang it.
No, that actually does win.
I thought it was still who got the lower percentage.
No, it's who gets higher but succeeds. Right?
Yes, I think you're correct.
Correct. Yep. Whoever
Yeah,
rolls
it's the way
highest.
that makes the least amount of sense. That's the one that wins.
Shut the fuck up.
Take that, Delta Green.
Yeah. So Cassie with a 14 out of 17, but Geneva with a 19 out of 77, and Michael with a 74 out of 82. You easily see her trying to slip this red book into the stacks.
What are you doing?
I was just, I don't know. I was just leaving a copy of the book here.
Why?
Just in case.
She's trying to get rid of it, guys. What are you talking about? Right, Cass?
There is no getting rid of that goddamn book because I took it from you while you were asleep and yet somehow it ended up in your back pocket again.
And not only that, but if you want to get rid of something, you throw it in the garbage. You don't leave it in a public library so other people can see it, Cassandra.
It doesn't matter. It's gonna, like Geneva said, it's just gonna come back to me.
Have you left these anywhere else?
Yes.
Okay, first off, hell fucking no. Pick that back up. On the off chance that it doesn't magically reappear in your pocket, you are leaving something dangerous for the public to just come and find. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that that's not your intention, but you're on pretty thin fucking ice right now if I find out that you are. Just to be clear.
Do you really want to put this on someone else, Cassandra?
No.
Isn't it enough?
It's just I just needed to confirm, and I was, maybe in my head was just hoping that at some point this would just stop, and maybe the book wouldn't be in my pocket at some point.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in your pocket is the safest place for it at the moment, not in the hands of the public.
And if you ever get the urge again, like you really feel like you need to do it, tear it up and throw it in the garbage.
You all jump as there is a sudden crash. You look behind you, and storming through the doors of the library are three men.
What do they look like?
Long trench coats, 1940s era gas masks, carrying pump-action shotguns, running up to you. There is no doubt in your minds that they see you.
Are other people in the library reacting to this, or is it just us?
They're watching you.
The other people in the library?
They are all turned and facing you silently.
Michael draws his gun and tries to put himself behind some sort of cover.
Yeah, I guess seeing that other people in the world are somewhat reacting, I'm also going to duck behind like one of the bookcases or something.
Okay.
Mark's just going to put his hands up and say, "What do you want?"
Oh, this isn't going to go good. Okay. So
Yeah, Cassandra's actually just standing there beside Mark and takes a couple steps forward and just looks at them dead in their lenses of their masks, and it's just like waiting.
Okay. So here's what happens.
Before you say that, I would just like to remind you, I am hiding.
Yeah. Same.
I'm hiding behind Geneva, who is presumably hiding behind a solid object.
Yeah.
So the first man in formation raises the shotgun to his shoulder and takes a shot at you, Cassie,
All right.
for 13 damage.
Your girl's down. She's gone.
You all look up and watch as Cassie's head just blossoms open.
Oh my god.
Like
Oh, so bad.
some disgusting, rotten meat flour as brain and bone and flesh scatter.
It really is the wettest crime.
Moist crimes.
Moist
Moistest.
crimes.
Moist crimes.
We did it.
What do you do next?
Are we taking turns? Are we?
You all have an opportunity. What do you do?
How many are there?
3 right now.
Man, I'm gonna shoot one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, same.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll firearms.
Oh boy, Vince.
Oh, makes me nervous.
If it helps, they're at least down one round. So
I can't shoot a gun.
Oh,
All right. With a 74 out of 70, Michael, you miss, and Geneva with a 45 out of 70, you're successful. Roll damage.
oh, okay. So that's my medium pistol.
Yep.
Oh,
I wanna-
could I have just have rolled that? Probably, but it's a D10.
Yep.
It is quite clear why Michael has missed. He is shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, Geneva, you wing him, and the round kind of impacts the side of his arm ever so slightly, and you see this plume of red as it draws blood, and you can hear the grunt through the thick, the muffled grunt through the thick rubber of this mask as he jerks back slightly, but he continues moving forward, and they're going to take shots.
But wait, I get to go too, right?
You can, yeah. Do you have anything?
I mean, I am unarmed, so about the only thing I can do. I mean, if they've got shotguns, I'm gonna try and just step inside the shotgun and grapple this guy up so he can't shoot me anymore.
So, Mark, go ahead and roll unarmed.
Okay. A critical.
Nicely done.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
his shotgun and shoot the motherfucker.
Fuck yeah.
Not with that dodge, you won't.
What?
Well-
Wait. What dodge?
There's 3 of them. Which one are you going for? The one that just shot Cassie, or
The one that's coming at me.
there's 3 of them. Okay, so we'll say you take the shotgun from one. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you have his shotgun now. All right, so we'll go back in Dex order now. So,
All right.
so Cassie's dead. Sorry, Cassie.
Oof.
can't wait to come back as the guy who went in the dumpster.
I know, right? Geneva, will say you're up next.
Okay. Seeing as how my little pistol just kind of made him go oof, and that was all I did, and he blew up ahead, I'm turning to Michael and saying, "We're getting the fuck out." I'm saying it loud enough, hoping that Mark hears us, but he's kind of like right in the face of one, so I don't know how successful that's going to be. And then I am up and I'm looking for an exit. Well, I guess I'm not up. I'm like still crouching so I can get like some cover, but like I'm looking for a way out.
Got it. Okay. Michael, you're up.
If she says that, I'm just gonna run.
Okay. You all right, you all take off.
Come on, Mark.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get away, I'll run also.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. Both of you make just roll athletics for me. Or dodge. No. So there should be an athletic skill.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah,
athletics or dodge.
Or dodge, whichever's higher. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Nope.
Oof. Okay. All right. Got it. So these 3 are going to open fire.
This is fine. I'll be fine. I'm good.
No, 2 of them. I took one of the guns.
That's right. I apologize too. Yep.
One I'm sure was going for Michael, who succeeded. So
Ooh, they both miss. You hear the echoing booms of these shotguns and that telltale ratchet of the action as they reload them. And thank God they miss. You see plumes of wood and paper as they hit bookshelves to the left and right of you. Nothing. The one in front of you there, Mark, is going to try. He pulls a knife from inside of his jacket and is going to try to take a stab at you.
If I dodge, can I still run?
Yeah, I'll say you can. Yeah. Well, don't
Okay.
worry about it. He failed anyway with a 78.
All right.
So yeah, you make that athletics check, that athletics test, which you rolled a 46 out of 33. Okay. Yeah, that bum leg is just not doing you any favors. But as you turn and look, you see what appears to be a closet door, and it is glowing.
It's here in the library.
It is to your rear.
Wait a second. So the closet door is glowing. I'm gonna run towards it and call out this way. This way, guys.
Geneva, you have never been more sure of anything in your life, ever, that you need to be the one to open that door.
All right. I sprint towards it.
You throw it open, and it isn't a closet. It's Washington Square Park.
You know what? Not going to question it. Going through. Actually, no. She would not be the first one to go through. She'd be like this way and make sure the others get through before she does.
You all make it through.
Thank you, Vince. I closed. Is there a door to close behind us? On the
There
other
is.
side?
There is. But as soon as you close it, it's like it was never there. I do need you to roll sanity for that, though.
Oh,
Yeah, that
geez.
makes sense. That makes sense. And I
All
mean,
of us?
probably for the Cassie thing.
Yeah, actually, all of you should roll sanity for seeing her head get blown wide open.
Oof,
Oh,
that
that's a fumble for Mark.
Ooh,
That makes
shit.
sense.
Makes sense.
All right.
Wow.
Cami or Geneva and Michael roll 1d4. Mark, you lose the whole thing. You lose 4.
I lose 4. All right.
All right, so yeah, Geneva, you lose 3. Michael, you lose 2.
So then we emerge into Washington Square Park. Now, remind me, Washington Square Park is in New York City?
Yep.
Okay. Right next to the McAllister building.
Not far from it.
Not right next to it, but not
Yep.
too far away. So do we have to roll again for that?
Roll again for what?
Or being transported to Washington Square Park?
No, we'll just say you're too fucking panicked to really process it much right now.
Okay.
And let me send some information to Cami real quick regarding her gift that we haven't been able to explore until now.
Ooh, nice.
So you all step out. The door is gone. You find yourselves in Washington Square Park. As you continue to run, you suddenly find yourself in this strange procession of people wearing overalls, work boots, gloves. They're moving in the opposite direction towards you. They're carrying ropes, pulleys, gear. They're slide rolling carts and set pieces. Is somebody make an alertness roll?
I think you guys are higher than me.
I think I actually might have the highest. My
I'm at
alertness is
70.
88?
Oof,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
82, sorry.
Yeah, 45 out of 82. You notice, Michael, that these canvas set pieces are painted pillars of white with gold filigree, and several people in the crowd appear to be dressed in stage clothing and makeup from some kind of Shakespearean play. You can't stop for long, though, as you hear more shotgun blasts coming from your left. And you see 3 more of these men pursuing you. How they got here so quickly, or even how they appeared when you closed the door behind you and it disappeared, you have no idea, and you don't have time to think about it. They are in pursuit.
Okay, yeah. He'll point that out to everyone, mostly by making a really high-pitched noise and gesturing, and then I guess run.
Okay.
Yeah, running as well.
Yeah, you all take off and they are pursuing you. You hear shouts again. Let me check some ratings really quick. Okay. Mark. Yeah. Okay. You all push through the crowd, not even stopping to fight back. When all of a sudden, Michael, you're stopped by this strange, smartly dressed man with a spade goatee, wearing a white suit with a white shirt and a red tie. He holds a sheaf of papers rolled up like a newspaper. He calmly hands them to you and says, "Hey, the pot's perfect for you. Do you take it?"
Yes.
The cover of the script reads Her Grey Song by B. Paget.
I think he's gonna hold it out to Mark. Are we? So we're not still running.
Oddly enough, no.
Okay.
And you don't hear anything.
Oh, is Mark not beside me?
No, Mark's beside you.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark will grab the script if he hands it to him.
I think Michael's gonna like hand it to him as he's turning away, like almost like push it out behind him towards Mark, and then he'll be sick off to the side.
Yeah, Mark's just gonna hold the script in his hand. He's just kind of looking off into the distance, but frantically looking around for those guys with shotguns.
You see them through the crowd, and it appears they're looking for you, but don't know where you are yet.
Read it.
Yeah, I kind of duck down a little bit and read it.
It's hard to kind of process it all, but you've noticed that throughout the play, the parts for a character called the King are underlined in red grease pencil. Roll sand.
Gosh.
Damn it. I was hoping it'd be like, you guys do this and you get away from the shotgun people.
Oh no, a fumble.
Oh no, damn it.
You lose one.
I lose one. That's my
one.
breaking point.
Is it? Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
I like how Vince tried to like softball you there, and you were like, "Nope."
Well, it's good. You don't fight, flight, or freeze, right? So
You're right.
there. Have fun picking a disorder, though. As you look up, though, all of a sudden you hear a shout, muffled by a gas mask, and the pursuit is back on. They are chasing you once again. So everybody roll your athletics tests.
Oh no.
Really shouldn't have drank last night.
Is this the athletics or dodge? Either one?
Athletics or dodge, yep.
Okay.
Oh, 35 out of 30. Shit. 15 out of 50 for Geneva.
Oof.
And 76 out of 33 for Mark. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You'll be fine. I'll be fine. No big deal.
I don't believe it. Like, if you're gonna lie to me, make it believable. Come on. This is Delta Green. We're all gonna die.
All right, so there are 3 gunshots as these shotguns ring out around you, and they stop and take aim and fire. 2 miss widely. Unfortunately, one of them hits Mark for 6.
Well, I'm still alive.
You still alive? Where are you at?
I'm at 6.
Okay. All right. Yeah. These buckshot pellets tear into your backside. You feel it. It misses your femoral. It misses the back of your leg, but you feel it in your ass, your lower back, and it knocks the wind out of you, but you manage to keep your feet and keep moving.
As we're running, do I see any way out of this situation?
You don't.
Cool. just asking.
I mean, if we're running and they're shooting, they should be slower than us, right? So we should be putting.
Yep. So
and we're also putting crowd between us and them, which
you absolutely are. Yep.
Yeah. So I think just keep on running is probably the answer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're moving, and you turn down an alleyway. Where this alleyway came from, you don't know. It's as if the world is shuffling itself into place ahead of you. And there's another door. Geneva.
Yeah, I run and I throw it open.
You throw it open and step through, and you are encased in darkness. And your eyes adjust as you keep moving. And the door slams open as you put more distance between you and the threshold, and those static killers are still in pursuit. Moving deeper into the building, you see ropes, pulleys, sandbags. These furtive, glittering eyes are watching from the dark as you pass. Dimly seen faces sporting contrite smiles. You keep moving, so roll athletics. Or dodge.
Ooh.
Oh, I gotta succeed one of these, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ooh, 21.
Honestly,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is the only character I haven't had like crazy good athletics
Right.
on,
Yeah.
and I've literally never used it until now.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh boy.
21 out of 50 for Geneva, 89 out of 33 for Mark, and 38 out of 30 for Michael. The killers take aim again.
Are we at least at further range?
You are, yep. Oof. They all miss. Holy shit.
Oh.
Yeah, they all miss, but you watch as these people around you watching from the shadows are cut down by these shotgun blasts meant for you. Plumes of red shoot up into the air as their clothing is just split asunder by these dozens of pellets rocketing into their bodies. I need everybody who sees this to roll sand.
Ugh. Ah, another failure. Jeez.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
92 out of 37, 75 out of 56, and 95 out of 35. Roll 1d4.
Guys, we suck.
I'm having a great time.
Me too. I'm having a
I remember-
blast.
Oh, geez, another
Yeah.
4.
3, 4, and 1.
It was the same way when Jenny died, and I just got to watch you guys. It was great. It sucks. This part sucks.
You suddenly emerge onto an open, brightly lit stage, and you're momentarily blinded by this light. You are among many figures on stage, dressed in costume finery and wearing this overdrawn, exaggerated makeup. Michael, Geneva, you can swear that Roger is there with them.
Okay.
Mark, is that Jenny? Is that Ira? The audience is watching with upturned, expectant faces. Do you all stop or do you keep moving?
What are our pursuers doing?
They are on your ass.
Keep going
Okay.
then. Yeah.
Okay.
So, are we running past the figures on stage, or
You're running past them. Yep. You're.
I am
yep.
going to hand my shotgun to Ira as we run by through.
Oh.
He looks at it and begins rattling off something in French.
Okay, well, anyway. I'm not gonna use the shotgun still.
Okay.
I mean,
All right. Make your athletics and dodge rolls.
oh god,
This is so
they're further away
stressful.
right now. They have less chance of hitting us.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey.
Love that dice.
17 out of 50, 46 out of 30 for Michael, and a 44
Oh,
out
a
of 50.
fumble for me.
Oh, shit.
I wonder how many like rolls in a row that we can fail.
There have been a lot of fumbles today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Holy shit. All three are failures.
Oh,
Jeez.
hallelujah.
You keep moving, they keep shooting. Geneva, you see a single closed door behind the curtains.
I run towards it.
You throw it open, and it opens onto a brightly lit street in the middle of the day. You're surrounded by people, cars, sounds of the big city. You're exhausted, but they continue after you, blasting away. You can hear the rounds impacting the brick around you. The bystanders surrounding you don't seem to react to your sudden appearance or that of the killers in pursuit. All of the men are in suits with hats. All of the women are in long skirts, dresses, unfashionable makeup. The cars are archaic. Something isn't right. But do you keep moving?
I mean, I think we have to. I don't think there's time to stop and try to think of a different solution. So,
Okay.
yeah, I think we just keep running.
You see a sign up ahead. Hotel Broadalbin.
Found it! I run towards it.
Is that what Geneva says?
Yeah. He goes, ha 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 ha.
All right, make one more athletics or dodge roll.
Oh my god, watch.
Oh,
This is
man.
going to be the one where we all get shot.
Oh,
Whoa.
37 for Geneva, 16 for Mark, 63 for Michael. Michael, roll 1d4.
Yes, sir. Roll 1d4. Bam. 4.
You lose that much willpower as you just you push yourself to the very brink of your physical ability, and it just screaming down the street, running. Someone make an alertness test.
Am I still eligible for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Great. 85 out of 82.
I'm so close.
For those of you
All right.
listening at home.
Yeah, 85 out of 82.
Completely absurd.
Anybody else can roll that if you want to.
yeah, I definitely.
Okay, 20 out of 77 for Geneva. All right. And
Oh, for me.
Wow.
Topping off the night.
Geneva, you look to your side and you notice that these killers are running alongside you. They're not attacking you anymore. It looks like they're fleeing too. And you look behind you, and you're being pursued by 6 policemen in old-time uniforms.
Oh, neat. I don't think she has the capacity to wonder about that yet until like they get inside and they are confirmed safe, and then she can worry about what just happened.
Got it. Okay. You keep moving, and you make your way up to this Hotel Broadalbin. The 4 front doors are wide, battered mahogany, each painted with a peeling gold letter B inside etched glass windows. A revolving door in the center has a out-of-order sign hanging from it. A comedic hand-painted sign of a blushing man with the word bubble, "Pardon our paint," hangs above his head, blocking the broken door. There's a thin, ill-tempered valet out front. You push past him into the hotel, and you arrive in the Hotel Broadalbin. You look back, and your pursuers are gone. Everyone roll 1d20. What do we get?
I got
a
a 6.
11. Oh, sorry.
Got
I'm sorry. 6.
6 for Geneva, 6 for Mark, 11 for Michael. You regain that much sanity.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
This feeling washes over you of synchronicity, deja vu, accomplishment, all at once. You have arrived at the Hotel Broadalbin. You look, and there's someone seated on a lobby chair. It's Cassie.
What's her demeanor? Is it like Cassie, or is it like a fake Cassie?
Is it like
Mark
a
just
headless body?
runs up to Cassie and just throws his arms around her and buries his head in his shoulder and just is blubbering uncontrollably.
Cassie, roll 1d10.
3.
You regain that much sanity.
Okay.
The only reason I didn't do 1d20 is because you distinctly remember having your head blown off.
Yeah, as soon as he collapses into me, the realization that I'm not dead hits, and I start to look around, and at the same time I'm like petting the top of his head is in this sort of maternal way as to try and calm him down, and look back at Geneva and Michael. We made it.
I guess we did.
I think that's a great place to end tonight's session.
Alrighty.
Hoofda.
Gone.
Party.
Guys with shotguns are no joke.
They
Yeah,
are not.
How much damage do shotguns do in this game?
2d8.
Oh, dang.
Oh, goofy.
Thank you for listening to Delta Green Impossible Landscapes, part of the Black Project Gaming podcast. If you like what you heard, please consider leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, and be sure to visit blackprojectgaming.com for previous Delta Green episodes. You can also listen to our ongoing Waterdeep Dragon Heist and Barovia, California campaigns. If you'd like updates on all future releases, please follow us on Twitter or Facebook. Until next time, I'm Vince, your host and handler, with Brett as DEA Special Agent Michael Witwer, also known as Agent Vega, Cami as FBI Special Agent Geneva Brown, also known as Agent Venus, Doug as FBI Special Agent Mark Hansom, also known as Agent Meshach, and Jack as FBI Special Agent Cassandra Troy, also known as Agent Madison. Thank you again, and remember, we'll be seeing you.